Late Night Grin. Also, what does that name mean?
Jesus, Kaden, why'd you cough like that?
That was not me.
What
Do
the
not
hell,
throw that
dude?
on me very much.
It was such a announcement to the room. I'm here.
So-
Cough too.
What happened was my roommate came in asking for my dog's bowl, and I'm so used to the muscle memory of unmuting after she leaves. I just did that shit. My bad.
It ruled. It ruled. Folks, we hope you're well on this beautiful Thursday night, a special Thursday flagship. And this is always one of the more special shows. By always, I mean this is the second one we've done. Previously, this was the Fleet 50. And then we became Enjoy All Wrestling people. And now it's the LNG 50. We have asked our wonderful audience to tell us their 10 favorite wrestlers of 2025. And we have tallied up the scores for an official 50 wrestler ballot. Consider tonight's show a celebration of wrestling's year, of which has been critically acclaimed, obviously. And we have an expert panel, as always. Buster, how are you?
I'm good. I had an easy day at work, and by that I mean I'm so bored.
Yeah.
That's about it, man. I'm a little tired, but I'm here to hang out with my friends and talk about maybe one of the best years in the history of professional wrestling. Maybe?
A lot of people have said that, yep. A
Yeah.
lot of people have said that. Novi, you've been one of the people saying that. How are you, mate?
I've been screaming from the rooftops. I'm saying I love 2025 professional wrestling, and I'm excited to talk about it tonight. I worked today, so I'm also a little tired, but it's okay. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling energized. That big announcement to the room definitely filled me with joy.
Yeah. Sending a statement of intent there when he
That's what I
posted,
do.
just
That was really good.
the enforcer in full force there.
I just have
Caden Lee.
hold on
Yes,
before
yes,
we get
no.
to fucking Brad. Joe,
Yeah.
how are you doing?
Very tired. Manchester was wonderful. It was a great time. Very thankful, and it was a pleasure. But it was a lot of wrestling, and when it was a lot of wrestling on top of a travel day, so you kind of, you know what I'm saying. So I'm coming
Layered
back down. I have stuff to record after. But I said this to the audience. I said, listen, I'm going to go nuts for December until I break off. So we're at the end of that. No, until I break for Christmas, like school.
Yeah.
We're at the end of that cycle almost, right? So now you're starting to, but I will say, and you guys know this, you've seen them, we have some incredible tricks up our sleeve tonight, because Rice's graphics are just,
He went beast mode.
He's a good guy.
sensational. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we got a lot of, we think tonight's show is going to be a blast, and while we have our fun, there is a lot of good stuff to talk about. Caden, you arrived mid-intro. How are you, mate?
I'm good. I just got back to my apartment. My
Wrong
my
mic.
brand new.
Oh,
Your mic
Brad,
sounds
I
good, man.
Your mic's not on, Caden. I'm telling you now.
Is it not? What?
I'm telling you now, you're using something else. There's no way that's your mic, mate. No
You just
chance.
heard the laptop.
Oh, you're
heard
right.
the
Fuck,
laptop.
it's not plugged
The
in.
old clicker.
1 second.
He said it's not plugged in. Brilliant.
The old
Adonis, how are
trackpad.
you?
I'm good. I spent the afternoon watching Avatar: The Way of Water because I'd never seen it. 3 years late to the party. No notes. But I'm excited to be here. Wrestling has been awesome. Best year of all time. No debate always. And God bless.
Doesn't sound
Thank you,
good.
Adonis. Caden, you doing okay?
It should be no, it should be fine.
Okay, let me turn it down a little bit. Hang on.
You gotta adjust. You gotta adjust.
Yeah.
Okay,
might
it
just
should
be
settle.
loud.
There
There
you
it
go.
goes.
You're settling down. Yeah, he's settling
Okay.
down. All right, good work, Caden.
As soon as you plugged it in, I just heard immediate fucking humming.
Yes.
I went, oh.
A low hum. Well, Adonis is telling us about his year.
Take it easy, man. Take it
Mike
easy.
is plugged in. I told the fellas I'm getting my desk in 20 minutes. So
did
I
tell
will
us
have
that.
I did. I sent it in the group chat.
Yeah, no, you said you did tell us that.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't tell us. Oh, my bad.
It's all right. A little bit rusty, mate. You haven't done a show for a while. It's tough, isn't it? Getting
Yeah.
back in there.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
But you are here for your expertise, Kaden. So,
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. You feeling good, mate? You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, you look like you're in like a prison cell.
He does. He does.
I'm just like, I'm sitting on my bed because I don't have a desk yet.
I hear you. I hear you. Well, folks, wherever you are watching this, whether you're sitting on your bed, whether you have a desk or not, whether your microphone is plugged in, we hope you're having a great Thursday night. We hope you're feeling festive. We are now, a week away, right?
Mm-hmm.
From,
Exactly
as
a
Bob
week
would say,
away.
the big
Christmas,
man.
a week
when
away.
the big man is back. And it's going to be a hell of a time here over this next week, kind of just, next 2 weeks, I should say, closing out what's been a big year for this platform. And tonight's show is obviously a big, big part of that. Before we get rolling here,
There's a ghost in the StreamYard.
that was very scary, wasn't it? Very scary. A good old-fashioned creaky ghost sound effect on the program. Happy Halloween, I suppose. All right. So, as I was saying, we'll set the stage here before we get rolling. We had 75 ballots, I should say, covering 123 wrestlers. Now, remember, you only have 10 slots, right? So it's like, there's obviously going to be overlap, but I think it says a lot for all of our fun about the year. Still, 123 wrestlers
Yeah, that's a
inspired
lot,
someone
man.
to put
A lot
that
of
on.
wrestlers to love.
It is indeed. But yeah, we were looking for everyone's 10 favorites. The results are, and I have to stress this, in the wrong hands, I sense would be controversial. There are some historic fall-offs, I have to note.
Oh, man.
Shit.
And I will get into that later. As we kind of set the stage, though, our great friend Rice, without even being asked, he liked the idea of there being coloured tiers. And I posted this yesterday. He produced this beauty. We'll just air this here because when he sent this to me, he was like, I know you didn't ask about this, but here's the thing I made. We have just if you were wondering where you want your fave to land, chat, here's what we're looking at tier-wise here. Buster, as a big CM Punk guy, the flag prominent over your shoulder there, what's here we looking at for Punk, mate?
Give me a second.
All right. Waiting for the gold standard, brother. Here he comes.
Hold on.
Okay.
No, that one right there, gold.
Yeah,
Gotta
the
be
gold.
There it is.
Anything's possible. Maybe, just maybe. Kaden Lee,
Yeah.
where's your fave land on this? Who is your fave and where are they landing, mate?
Look, it depends on the day.
Yeah.
I think like realistically, my favorite's like probably between pink and green.
Yeah, pink and
I
green.
think it's like a good.
You're a
little
modest
area.
guy, a humble guy. Just looking in the
thank
middle
you.
there, going, anything's possible.
Always
All
a
right.
centrist. Love that about him.
Yeah, unnecessary.
Good point. Many say.
Okay, good point, he says. Excellent. Now, I'll tell you a good point, Kaden Lee. Do you have any advice for the Grinners who are filing
Yeah.
in and are just so optimistic and so convinced they're going to like this show? How could they show us that, Kaden?
Yeah, Joe, they can go scroll a little bit below. So like if you're on the video, if you're zoomed in or you're like full screen, just exit out, go right
Yep.
down, and you're gonna smash the like button.
That's the plan, mate. You're going to smash it.
Smash it.
I do want to know before we get rolling here, the great Rob Naylor will be joining me tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern on this very channel, free. If you're watching this, you can watch that. I spoke to Mr. Naylor earlier. He will be going full backup hangman. We're going to just have audio of Naylor. He was
No.
concerned about his laptop. I said, please just do it. I've done 100 shows of it, but you'll be fine. I promise. It'll be okay. But he will be here. And we're quite excited about it. The audience seems very excited about it. I certainly am excited about it, just selfishly. And for those who don't know, Rob was involved in the developmental process, not by the time of what we're covering, which I think will be better for the show, but he worked with a lot of the talent we're going to be talking about. So it should be pretty cool. That'll be tomorrow at 6 Eastern, just after, I'm presuming, the Self-Made Awards show. And then in the evening, if you're still not satisfied and you're watching this Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua fiasco, Contrarian Alex, I, and friends perhaps, will be watching that for LNG Gold members. Fellas, I don't know about you. I think it's time to get rolling.
Let's
I'm
fucking
always
do
down
this,
to
Joe.
roll.
I
listened
think
to that
rolling,
song,
rolling.
Yeah, I listened to that song today in the car.
Keep
Good song.
rolling.
that makes sense. Yeah, it does
Yeah.
make sense.
Chocolate
All right.
Starfish.
Yep.
It's good.
Good stuff. All right, so Kaden, he came back. He started running the ropes. Went, that's it, son. Tag out. Come on. Should have worked a house show first rather than putting him straight on the LNG
The loop
50.
is not worse.
Zelina Vega in a SmackDown main event.
Come
Alfred
on,
Kaden
man.
Lee.
Wonder where she makes it on this list.
Okay, folks. Before we get into our top 50, let's show some love to some honourable mentions. Look at this. This may be Rice's finest work. So here we go, folks. We're going to go from 55 just to show some love for those that just missed out. In at 55, the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada.
Lol.
Big Holbert victory, it has to be said. 54, Queen Aminata, one of the more
Hell
physical
yeah.
strikers in the AEW Women's Division, or AEW full stop. Starlight Kid in at
Sick.
53.
Okay.
I believe these last names only missed out by like a single vote. Mika Iwata, just missing out.
out
And
Sunday.
finally, and this is funny, it does feel like I've rigged it, Speedball Mike Bailey just a bit outside. Just a smidge short there in at 51. So just quickly, I want to just show love to all these people.
Recount.
I mean, Okada, I think, Okada is who he is, and we don't need to highlight.
Yeah, it's fine.
If you
Great
like Okada,
wrestler.
you like Okada. If you don't, you don't. Whatever.
He's awesome.
Queen Aminata did have a bit of a breakout year relative, Caden, right? In the sense that it felt like she got a chance to really get involved in the TV. Obviously, the injury slightly derailing her late, but she had a pretty good year, I thought, Caden.
Yeah, I think with these types of things, recency bias can play such a major factor. And with Aminata missing the last 2 to 3 months of the year, I think that did kind of push her a little bit out. Whereas I think, like, especially because she would have been in Blood and Guts and in the women's tag tournament, I think that could have like just gotten her over the edge to maybe make the top 50.
It'll be interesting. Great to see some Joshi representation out of the gate. Starlight Kid, offensively, one of the more spectacular wrestlers I've seen over this last few years. What was the, Buster, I know you're not super locked in, but what was the perception, at least, of her 2025? I'm intrigued.
I don't know, Joe.
Yeah. I didn't know if you did, but I wanted to just I just wanted to see
Genuinely,
where you
like,
stood on that.
on the outside looking in, it feels like the perspective is they could be doing a lot more with her, which
That's what
sadly
I thought, yes.
feels like what a lot of the what was like ground or grassroots, there it goes, like fan base, that's what they feel about a lot of the talent. Like Hazuki specifically is like,
There's going to be some Joshi talent comes for out, folks. We stress this every time. We're not experts on the matter. The lads will chip in. But Novi, did you have anything on that before I move on? Because I know you.
It was the title reign. She had a good like mid card title reign, like the white belt. I'm pretty sure. But like also didn't really do anything for her like creatively, like Big Man mentions in the chat. So there's definitely higher highs for her to reach, but she did elevate herself, I think, as a talent this year.
Apologize for my ignorance. Mika Iwata is not a name I'm personally familiar with. Is she a freelance name, or has she been flying a trade anywhere particular?
She works Sendai most of the time.
Okay.
She had like a really, really good start of the year. Like the first 3 months of the year, she was honestly, for the first 3 months of the year, probably my wrestler of the year. A lot of like really good tags. She tagged with Takumi Aroha versus Team 200 kilograms. Fucking awesome match. She also had a singles match with Aroha in February. That was fucking awesome.
Interesting. So the one thing, and we can cover this more as we go, but I did get the sense, not so much from this list, because I think our audience is very, honestly, locked in on pro wrestling. I do think there is a decline in eyeballs on international wrestling from the general hardcore wrestling fan, and I hope that trend doesn't continue in 2026. It'll be interesting, but definitely some truth to that, right? I'm not like
absolutely. It was kind of like started off hot with Goto winning the IWGP title, and then slowly but surely it felt like as that title came to an end, just the general interest in stuff in Japan kind of came to an end.
I agree.
There was a bit of an uptick a couple weeks ago, or a week ago, with the Good Brothers.
That's a good, excellent point. Yeah.
So sure to get off to a hot start is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Next year, it'll be awesome.
I would hope so. Speedball Mike Bailey. Is there any controversy among our panel here? Because it will be, let's be honest, people are going to have some accusations.
I think There's probably going to be a couple names on here I go, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's had a really good year.
I think top 50 for like
Yeah.
his consistency on TV at the very least for me is top 50.
Yeah. Joe, we said that like I forgot to do my list and that it could I didn't think it was going to play a role, and you did say specifically it would have probably played a role. It would have. Speedball would have been in the top 50.
He would have been on mine too.
It's
No,
closed,
we
Kaden.
did, guys.
It's closed. It's closed,
Put it
mate.
together.
It's closed, Kaden.
That's
You're out of
crazy.
it.
You gotta
Proud
just
of myself.
wrestling subjective, you know.
Very, very
Is-
proud of myself.
I mean, is this kind of like the consensus? Is there anybody else that sticks out?
I think that's probably
Or-
true, right?
Because
It's
of
not
long,
Kevin Knight.
I think Kevin Knight because of long term, but
Yeah,
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 it's
probably.
them two as a package and what they
Or
produced together. Obviously, they wasn't
Right.
signed as a package. You get my
Yeah.
point. They came
I
at the
think
Yeah.
same time.
Mhm.
Tekla is also a really good signing for them
She's-
this year.
yeah.
Yeah. Tekla, absolutely. All right, let's dive in to the top 50 itself. Again, love to those honorable mentions. There are going to be some heavy hitters who are going to be left disappointed tonight, folks. That's the way the LNG 50 is. In at 50. Last year, he didn't make the top 50. He appeared on 4% of the ballots with a
Hell yeah.
highest vote of 4th
Oh,
on one single ballot. The Death Rider's own Pack. Kicking
Rice,
us
you're
off
a
here.
fucking madman.
yeah, Rice is a
These
fucking
are-
god. Look at this shit,
Really
bro.
and
Look
truly-
at that.
Right.
Rice has done some great stuff for us visually, and we say every time this is the best stuff Rice has done, but
What the hell?
Good fact.
yeah, that is just beautiful, isn't it?
Mm.
Pack, of course, missed a lot of the year, right? And I think the opposite, the recency bias Kaden talked about, he benefited, right, from he came back the tail end of the year.
Yeah.
He had the Darby Allin match. He's in the C2 right now. He had a really good match, I thought, last night with Kyle Fletcher in Manchester. Pack has reinvented himself some, and it's been interesting, Adonis, to see audiences adjust. At first, there seemed to be oh my God, what has Pac done? And now I think people are getting into it, and he's working a little more physical right now.
I have to say, I'm so glad he's brought back the clothesline as a finish. That's probably my favorite thing he's done outside of this like vaudevillains look that he's got going on, which actually suits him weirdly enough. So I got to be there for Full Gear, and that is probably in my like 5 to 10 favorite matches I've ever gotten to see in person. That Darby Allin match, I thought that match was spectacular. Pac has this really unique ability to work bigger than his size. Like he legit just beats the fuck out of people every time. It's unbelievable. An underrated match that it wasn't obviously to the standard of like the Revolution match, but I thought the Orange Cassidy match in Daly's place, even though the weird finish was kind of wonky, I thought that match was really nice. His match with Speedball in the C2 I thought was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to see, and I think it'll be mentioned a lot later, but like the way that the Death Riders have kind of turned it around in all facets, not just as an act, but like as actual in-ring talents. Because like Pac started off the year, I mean, he had that really bad match with Cope, which, Cope. But like,
Jesus, I don't remember it.
Yeah.
he's been
I
like
remember.
one of the most consistent wrestlers on TV for like 2 months now. So it's been really nice to see because his AEW run's been kind of middle with injuries over the past like 5-6
Yeah.
years. So it's nice that he seems to have found a role. He's been really good.
He has indeed a worthy start to our list. And folks, don't call it a comeback. In at 49, also didn't make last year's ballot.
Let's fucking go.
Appearing on 4% of the ballots with a highest of the 2 seed on one single ballot.
Oh my
Kenta,
god.
the big man is back, boys. The big man is back. Our beloved pro wrestling Noah. We ride again, Buster. Kenta, we're in it, brother. We're in the top 50. Let's do it.
So, like, personally for me, I've watched a couple of Kenta matches this year, and I haven't been like totally blown away by all of them.
Yep.
However,
Doesn't matter.
doesn't matter, but also like to be genuine, like relative to his work for the past couple of years, he's fucking on fire. Like he's performing at what may as well be world class level for Kenta. We watched the Keno match, I believe, for what do you
Yep.
call that show? Actual Wrestling Talk.
That's the one, mate.
Mhm.
Missed one of them and just packed it in and I'm out there.
My fault. And that kind of opened my eyes, honestly, to like maybe there actually is something to like the hype of Kenta's GH2 title reign, dude.
Yeah.
It's been cool.
Yeah, and then he lost it, didn't he?
Yeah,
Lost it, yeah. But we tell stories.
we tell stories. Yeah,
Great to see Kenta back in the ball game. As it's great to see our friend Fahad sending a healthy, hefty super chat. He says, we are gunning for the top spot next year. El Idolo.
I fucking hope so.
I would be thrilled if we were here in a year and he's the consensus 1 seed. For him. It'd probably be a great year for us.
That'd be fucking awesome.
I will say, though, if you're a Golden Grinner fanatic like myself, confirmed shooter of the year.
Ooh.
I don't know. I think Andy's in for a
He's got
shout
a
on
great
that. I mean,
case.
he's-
Great
Yeah,
case.
probably got it in the back. Who else is even up there?
Because did you see like last week he did a shoot interview, like it was like no one was listening. He was like, "Yeah, my lawyer's talking to him. They sent a letter. I'm good to go. Don't worry about it." I was like, "This guy's it's the renegade. He doesn't give a fuck."
I love
He's
it.
awesome.
He's the best, man.
Thank you, Fahad. We'll see how his year pans out, but I mean, surely he'll have more notable matches than he did this year because it
hope
was a
so,
strange
yeah.
one, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then again, who knows on Andrade? Anything's possible. I do expect, however, a notable year for number 48, fresh off a big-time matchup last year. A little higher, actually, at 32. Appeared on 5% of the ballots. Coming in at number 5 on 2 separate ones. This is actually kind of a reminder of where he's been at now for a while. The fact that he was 32 last year kind of reminds you, like,
Dude, I don't even remember him being that high last year. That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember him being such a big part of the conversation, but I think that kind of tells you, like, they need to move on with Open.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, another year here.
You going for
and-
youth movement?
No, I'm not. I hate that. But he's someone who I think is so precocious that
What a
it
word.
just feels like you don't want to waste, especially a big man. He's one injury away from his legs. For,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Never know.
He's
gotta
someone I would
fucking move on, man.
I'd get moving with. But
Dude, it can't be stated how good he was last weekend in that match with Cody. He was like spectacular. He was the best wrestler in that match. It was unbelievable.
he's a pretty special talent. And I think, Novi, you and I have spoken about this in prior actual wrestling talks. Like, there's some of the performance center prospects you kind of go, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Obafemi, you go, I get it. I understand.
He's very obviously ready to like break out and be a star. Like there's a lot of the PC people I don't think have like that natural instinct or feel. He obviously has that. And I think you saw that on like Saturday night's main event. Even just like watch his entrance alone. Like there's just a vibe when he walks to the ring. There's an energy in the room. He feels like a big match wrestler. I'd like to see him on like a WrestleMania stage. I think he'd work so well. I can't imagine
I
how over
agree.
he'd get.
I would love to see him and Jacob Fatu
Oh, yeah.
do some stuff.
Those are two guys you want to pinpoint. Like they got to be up there next year.
I agree
Gotta be.
completely. And Oba's a good chance to note that this, a guy dropping isn't necessarily an indication that people think less of them. It's an indication that they haven't been creatively utilized in a fashion that's inspired people to put their name in the top 10.
Yeah.
That's very important to note as we go further, because as you can imagine, there's going to be some snakes and
Oh,
ladders,
yeah.
Creative is a big part of where everyone
Yeah.
ranks. Like if they don't
100%.
get booked, they're not going to be up here. It
You
is
have
what it is.
10 slots, man. 10 slots, like, it's difficult. Our guy Fahad is back. He has gifted 10 LNG Gold memberships. We say this every time, it never works. If you got one of those 10 memberships, please thank Fahad.
Please.
The people that got
For
them probably
Christmas.
aren't here right now, but yes, thank you, Fahad.
They got the
Appreciate
email.
you. Appreciate you very, very much. Okay, so up next, one of my favorites I just mentioned a moment ago. Not an expert by any means when it comes to the Joshi scene, but Miyu Watanabe is a personal favorite. I just think she just shines, absolute star. She missed out last year, it surprised me. Appeared on 3% of the ballots, coming in at number 3 on one of those. She's someone who I think, I've seen some pushback, but her just raw charisma, I think, is a huge X factor in why she made the ballots she did. Buster, would you say that there is a more split opinion on Miyu, or is it more the fact that Tokyo Joshi Pro is more polarizing than ever?
I think it's a little bit the polarizing factor of
Yep.
Teach, but also I think that Miyu has been the ace and she's won the title so many times. She's been the ace for so long, won the title so many
Status
times.
quo. Yeah.
That yes, but also it's just I think the fan base at a certain point is like, all right, let's let's move, let's try somebody else out right now. I have to say it because I think it's genuinely probably the most underrated match of the year. The match in Dallas with Shoko Nakajima is like legitimately
That match is so sick.
top 3 match from All In Weekend.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Go
Dude,
watch that.
the
And
energy
she
in that
even-
building.
You
Whew,
guys
it was-
love that show, man.
That show is so awesome.
It's one of the most fun live shows I've ever been to, genuinely.
Mhm.
But I think she's had like again, I don't watch super closely, but from what I've seen, she has a more like aggressive style now, where she's not afraid to lean heel, and it's a lot of fun to watch. Genuinely,
Tremendous.
she's awesome.
Yeah, she is. She absolutely. She goes viral once a month with a swing spot or some sort
Yeah.
of strength feat. You know.
It's like her and Rio are like, or not Rio, fucking.
I was gonna say
Oh jeez.
Rio's not had a sparkling year here.
Give me a second.
I'll give you a minute, mate. I'll let you go through your facts file there. Don't worry about it. I want to say, look at this,
brother.
Look at this. Matt said, if I'd gifted my first LNG membership, I couldn't stop after that.
Yeah.
Can't
I think
stop.
she's talking about
Many have said this. Once they get going with the late night grin,
Mizuki, thank you.
keep going. You never finish.
Awesome.
Wow.
Oh, man.
It's going to be an upset Grinner about this next one. I know he's upset, actually. I sent him the graphic, and he wasn't thrilled about the placement. In at 46, look at that. The confirmed shoots favorite.
Let's fucking
Zondoken Jr. He missed out last year. 4% of the ballots. He got a 1 seed vote. Shoot didn't do a ballot, so it wasn't him, but someone slid him in there at number 1, which obviously
And it
when you
has,
get
it
later
has
on,
to have been
it's-
Rosho, right?
it makes a huge difference. Yeah, Roshok is in the chat, so he can tell us, but I think it may have been. Yeah, but he was someone who seemed to benefit immensely from the increased eyeballs on CMLL, and there was a few guys. Obviously, the obvious example stateside, like Hechicero, has obviously kind of become. I mean, I was in Manchester last night. He was getting he got a great reaction, dude. The people love Hechicero. And Zondoken Jr. hasn't had that spotlight on US TV, but he did seem to really benefit from people watching more. Kaden Lee is a Lucha Libre aficionado. Too high or too low?
I think it's a decent spot.
Yep, just right.
Yeah.
Good answer.
The confirmed shoots been sending me matches on Blue Sky, and I've checked into a few. And I think next year, Joe, gotta get a little higher.
Yeah. What do we think, boys? Good spot for Rosho's 1 seed.
I think
Zondoken
considering the fact that he was out for a lot of the year, I think this is
Yeah,
a
it's
good
pretty
spot.
fair.
It's a good
From the
spot.
stuff I've seen, this is pretty fair.
There you go. He makes it nonetheless. Confirmed shoot. Maybe if he had, actually put a ballot in, he could have supported Rosho's cause,
I don't like that Shoots become the Zanakin Jr. guy.
I don't like anything about him as like a Lucha Libre guy. It's just it just feels like a con. It feels like
I've had my eye on this guy since he was in the fucking tag league 2 years
I
ago.
hear you, but he's given me no
Just saying.
choice. He texts me about him every day.
He canceled his membership.
Exactly, that's what I said. He doesn't even put in the effort to steal the stuff. It's insane.
Buster
We have
Chicken,
75
there you go.
Grinners in the building, by the way. 74.
God.
I just dropped as soon as I said it. 74. But we are everyone's having a great night. Please like the video if you haven't already. Dude, I don't know what was up with Bob on Tuesday or Monday. We did the Grin Grappler show, and it's the worst Bob conversion rate ever. I
Really?
think he's washed, bro. The like button was not
Holy
smashed. And he
shit.
said it like 8 times, too, and they still didn't smash it.
Please
They've had
smash
enough
the
of
like
him.
button, dude.
I think
Smash.
they're on to him, bro. They know he's not for
Smash.
just... he's a fraud. Can't take him seriously. He says it every show.
Been saying it for
Ever
years.
so.
Yeah.
Been saying it his whole life, really.
Here we go. Folks, in at 45, familiar television face.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
Speaking of
fuck.
Bob,
He
Wow.
hurts people. He
Really?
hurts people. Missed out last year. 5% of ballots. Landed at number 6 on a single one of those ballots. Shelton Benjamin has quietly, or maybe not so quietly, based on the reaction he got last night, become the people's choice when it comes to the Hurt Syndicate. I think MVP, people either really like him or are a lot less keen, for a range of reasons we don't need to get into here. Bobby Lashley, I think his approach to the bell-to-bell elements is not for every AEW fan. And then there's Shelton, and everyone, even the biggest Hurt Syndicate detractors just go, oh, Shelton's good. I like Shelton. And so it doesn't surprise me that he's in here. Novi, it's been cool to watch him kind of, reinvent strong, but get just another go of it really on
Yeah.
a major spot, right?
He's getting the opportunity to work on TV, and
Yeah.
He's good to show off his like just natural ability. Like, sure, his body is not the same. Like, there's definitely some rust on it, or like wear and tear, I should say. But it's just, it doesn't really make a difference when his kick hits as hard as it does every time. You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter if he's killing dudes in the ring. It's just, he's awesome. He's sick. It doesn't surprise me that he's the favorite of the syndicate. It doesn't surprise me he's a favorite on this list, really.
Yeah, he's awesome, dude. And you said it, like, sometimes, but we are aware, if you watch his matches, he's obviously slowed down a little bit, but he is able to exude such, like, honestly, more physical presence than he ever has, I think. And let's be honest, part of that is he's working with smaller guys a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Right? So it makes him feel bigger. But I think it's also, he has such poise as a veteran. So, Shelton Benjamin, I think is someone who at this point is just universally people just go, yeah, I like Shelton, So here, and I think that's proven by, some of the prior ones had like a 1 seed or a 2 seed. His highest was 6th. But a lot of people in that bottom half went,
Right.
I'll just put Shelton on.
It's that fucking step up knee he does. That
Yeah.
shit's fucking godly.
It rules. It absolutely rules. In at 44, another name here, by the way, and let me just check to make sure I'm right about this. So far, only one wrestler was on last year's ballot. That continues here at 44.
Jeez.
One of the faces of the CW's NXT property appearing on 8% of the ballots with a single one
Who put him on
seed.
number 1?
I don't know, but it's beast, and you have to respect it. Adonis, Ethan Page has been a bit of a triumph on the CW
Yeah.
network. It's to the point where the only real pushback with Ethan Page at this point is, when is he getting called up? I mean, he's done very well for himself, Adonis. What have you made of his last year or two?
So like, I used to think he fucking sucked. Like, I just be honest, I never thought he was good, and I don't fuck you. I don't even necessarily know if I like think he's amazing, but he's just such a steady like presence on the TV. Like, you throw him on TV, and then like I need specifically, actually, I'm gonna point this out. He had a match with Ricky Starks. I refuse to call him by his NXT name, Ricky Starks. They had like a Falls Count Anywhere match on one of the pay-per-views or whatever, and I thought that was like an incredible Ethan Page performance, because he somehow found a way to be like this real goofy, like big idiot, but also he can be really mean and vicious. And his yelling promos aren't, I mean, they're not for everyone, but if nothing else, he has great conviction and passion. And he's somebody that in a very robotic brand like NXT, he actually sometimes feels like a human being, which helps. So in a way, I actually think that him being on NXT has really helped his cause, because it helps him to stand out more. If he was on the main roster, like, he could definitely help a SmackDown, for example, but it wouldn't mean as much when he's just good hand number 13 on the main roster. Whereas on NXT, he's really gotten the ball. They've really gotten behind him. I mean, he's a double champion right now. He's been North American champion for most of the year. And he's been tasked really as the workhorse guy. He gets the title defenses every week or every so often. And it's been really cool to see somebody who, again, my perception of him was super low like a year and a half, 2 years ago, to now where I'm like, I'll actually like sit down and like watch an Ethan Page match. Like, that's like cool to see people take that trajectory. So I'm surprised he made it this high. They were. Yeah. That was the Vengeance Day match, the finish where he punched him in the mouth. That was a good match. I like that. But it's been nice. So I'm shocked he made it this high, though. I'm shocked.
I do have to correct, and this is not on Rice. Things will happen. It was 3% of the ballots. I should have known. I probably noted it wrong on the doc, so this is not on Rice. This is my apology. I want to make it clear to the vote for Ethan the level of extreme minority you were. Be proud of that. You did it for your guy. It was 3%. Now, someone who did appear on 8% of the ballots comes in at number 43. We were just talking about the interest in Japanese wrestling. Well,
Hell yeah.
He's got himself one last sellout at the Tokyo Dome. The great Hiroshi Tanahashi also missed out last year. There you go, 8% of ballots, and did get indeed a single vote as the 1 seed. One of the great pro wrestlers, full stop. And, as we near his retirement, as someone that's not watched a lot of his last year, I do expect, once we arrive at the Tokyo Dome, to be swept up in the magic of such an occasion. Tanahashi means a lot to a lot of fans, Kaden. I mean, I know you're someone who New Japan was probably a gateway for you to watch more wrestling, right? And he's like the constant, especially now that so much has changed. He's still there for this last month or so. So, what have you made of his last year, what you've seen of it, Kaden?
I've enjoyed his last year. I watched a few of his matches in the G1 and had a really good time watching them. He's someone who's like, look, his knees are cooked, but I think he's actually adapted really well. Like that match he had with Takeshita was phenomenal. I thought that match it's one of my favorite matches of the year. And for him to go out there and do that, and special. He's a special worker who's just like, I'm devastated that he's gonna be retiring, but I'm glad that he was able to get a nice little spot on the list. And I think this year especially, I think was when he kind of like was able to make the switch. I think it helped him a lot to actually find a spot here.
Well, there's a gravity to his matches now, right? Because it's the fans that are in attendance are kind of going, this is the last time I get a chance to see him, or there or thereabouts. Especially, you mentioned the Takeshita match, or when he comes internationally for his final spots, it's like the audience gets it, and he's one of the most important wrestlers of the last 20 years, right? So,
Absolutely.
in some ways, you could argue he's the one seed, I think, with what spot, come from his triumph and success with New Japan. So, glad to see him make the list. Kaden Lear's, dude, how aggressive was he tonight?
I mean, Jesus.
Dude, I mean,
It was almost like he
Swearing
hated
all the time.
Tanahashi.
Yeah.
Almost.
I got the same
dude, like,
vibe,
what the-
the exact same vibe.
bro,
Yeah.
he literally just said that he hopes Tanahashi's knee breaks
This
before
dude-
the final match. Like, what the fuck, bro?
He's an aggressive young man.
Promoting crippling
I'd-
people now. What
I'd-
the fuck is going on?
I tell you who else is an aggressive young man. In at number 42.
Oh, jeez.
There's a familiar sight right there.
Fuck!
Also missed out last year. 5% of the ballots. Came in at number 2 on a single ballot. Someone who actually had a pretty strong stretch, I want to say, in the middle of the year. There was a stretch where he did the Briscoe match.
It'd have been like,
Mystico
oh,
match.
All out weekend. He did it back to back days.
He obviously just came out last night, but obviously then he goes away and does the movie, and so he's missed some time. But I thought he started. I mean, the start of the year he had the Jarrett thing, and it was like, whew. And then he fired back with the Hangman program.
yeah.
Hangman program is good.
Yeah, so he's missed some time, but I think generally speaking, it's a funny time for this conversation. I know there was a million conversations about his promo last night, but generally, I think he did a lot of stuff this year that his biggest critics kind of went, that was good, especially the Mystico match, right?
Fair
That weekend was like astonishing to me because I've been out on him for a while, but like his performance in the Mystico match, especially, I thought he was like that's like an example of somebody who like can be good but is buried underneath their own ideas. He's a guy that has a lot of ideas, which you can take that how you
I
want.
haven't noticed.
But he has a lot of ideas.
After that Mystico match, there was part of me that was like, I wouldn't say he was my wrestler of the year, but there was a case to be had,
Yeah.
because I mean, trying to see who mentioned it. Kale says it. He kind of got Hangman back on track to like lead him into that program, the world title program, and then the Briscoe stuff, and it's just he had a really good year.
It is hard not to kind of wonder if there was more of a resolution to the syndicate thing, if people would be a little bit like, I forgot it happened.
Yeah.
When I was
Yeah,
trying to map
yeah.
out his year,
Yeah.
I forgot, but that was a lot of that
That
stuff.
was a big part. That was like at least a couple months.
We were excited about it initially, right? And it just
It just never ended. It's really
There was
the problem.
nothing. Yeah, there was nothing at the end of it.
It's like an
unfortunately. It's a
ambiguous
shame.
ending with no ambiguity. Just tremendous.
My friend, the great Wheezy, lead producer of the whole house, and a super chat said stuck at work, still wanted to support. Wheezy's good people. I think you're going to see him on this platform here next year. Been great to have him on the whole hour. And appreciate the support, brother.
Hell
Hope you're
yeah.
well. Hope you're all well. Okay. So, coming up next, and this is why I love this list. You go from a name like MJF, who everyone has an opinion on, and then at 41, a little more niche, but someone who also missed out last year, Victoria Yuzuki, 4% of the ballots, a 2 seed on one of those ballots. We were running down, I was just preparing the lads for some of the names ahead, and there seemed to be an explosive reaction to this thing. Was that in a positive way or a negative way, boys? I'm intrigued.
I think she's a pretty positive rookie. I saw her a little bit last year. I think she was working, and I think people are pretty excited about what she can be. But she's someone who hasn't really like reached even a little to where that is.
That's the
But-
thing is she started wrestling in 2023 in Stardom. And that first year, I was like, there's like clearly something to this. But as I started watching her more in Marigold,
I've seen some pushback.
The
Definitely.
potential isn't as great as I thought it was, I don't think.
I think she's too young to elevate that roster, I think, which is the big thing. It's kind of holding her
Probably.
back at the
Youth
moment.
movement?
Oh, maybe one could say. But I think you do this list, I think she'll probably be on it for like from this audience, she'll probably be on it every year, I think. She just has a lot of potential.
Young Blink was the 2 seed in question. And
Oh, yeah?
I want to reiterate this because we had a great turnout in ballots, but I do want the audience to know, because of the way we do this with 10 wrestlers, if you have someone higher, they will make it, because it's just the vote's so split, you know. So it's like obviously not guaranteed. There are some people that got the ones that didn't quite make it, but the point is, you can, with how our audience is and it being a small base, it's like you can actually have a pretty big impact on the
Definitely.
I mean, she beat MJF.
Yeah.
So
Based.
That's awesome. We got to make that a graphic.
make of that what you will.
Fucking incel.
We're into the top 40. In at number 40, Senka. Now we debated this for the Akatsuki. Akatsuki. Missed out last year, 7% of ballots, and a 5 seed. Among those, again, a name. Apologies for my ignorance. Where are we looking at in terms of territory here, boys? What's the home
Was I
base?
the number 5? I don't remember. I know I had her high on mine. I don't remember if I was the number 5 or not, but I know she made my 10. So I admittedly don't follow Joshi Wrestling that close. She's the one that I've paid the most attention to all year. I think she's like
marvelous.
I think she's like genuinely like awesome. The Aja Kong match that she had over Mania weekend was like probably a top 3 match that entire weekend anywhere in the world. It was 5 minutes, but there was so much detail in her work and she's only like 19, dude. Her debut match was like a year ago, I want to say, maybe October of last year. The big thing for me that I've noticed in the stuff I saw, and the most recent match I saw, she had a impromptu match with Mayu Iwatani on a Marvelous show a couple months ago that went like 9 minutes. And that's kind of the key with a lot of her matches is they're not actually that long, but she manages to get the most out of those minutes. Especially, this is such a niche thing. She's fucking awesome at kickouts. Like pinning sequences, she is fucking incredible at like the dramatics and the theatrics of near falls and fighting out of pins. She is incredible. She's somebody that I'm going to definitely keep an eye on and like go out of my way to look. She wrestled Chigusa Nagayu this year, which I think is a fucking really cool fun fact. She's serious. Yeah, she got one of Mako's last matches too. So that's really cool. She's got a really big future. I like her a lot. I'm glad she made it on here.
Tremendous. She's kind of got like a rivalry with Siri Yamaoka, which I don't she may be on this list, I'm not sure. But that when I look towards the future for Joshi, that's like honestly the only thing that really intrigues me is those two and like how that rivalry kind of develops. Because different companies, but I mean they beat the shit out of each other too.
Yeah, it's awesome. Fucking nuts, bro. She lays her shit in, dude.
All right, I'll tell you who lays her shit in.
Number
39. We're into the purple tier. My favorite color. My favorite color. It gets started in great style, in great fashion.
Hell yeah.
JC Jane. She snuck in last year, 49. She's climbed. Of course, she has 5% of ballots. She got a 1 seed vote. It was not me. I'm innocent. But she does fucking rule. JC Jane. My JC Jane fandom started as a bit, and then I watched her matches and went, well, hold on. She has the best forearm on US television. She is someone who seems to have an immense, sizable chip on her shoulder. Just desperate to prove people wrong and change the way they view her, and I think it shines through in her work. I have no fucking clue why she isn't on SmackDown right now. But I don't understand a lot of the stuff they do. Hopefully she can just keep getting paid to work on the CW for the rest of her life and be the NXT champ 8 times. She's awesome. She's NXT champ now. She's a double champ. Yeah, 2-time champ, I should say. And yeah, I solo on that one because that's kind of, JHP representing.
Oh, yeah. God bless.
I do remember Buster and I watching a JC Jane TNA match against an opponent we don't need to get into. And us both just going, bloody hell, the G1's good this year.
It was a very good match.
Yes, it was. Right, folks. I apologize, but it's time to get controversial.
Oh no!
With a big
Ray
time fall
Dudley.
off in at 38.
Oh,
is Gunter.
no.
He has dropped all the way from number 6, 7% of the ballots. He's still got a free seed vote, but this is, folks, this is a big fall. It has to be said. I do wonder if we pushed it back 2 weeks. I wonder if that changes things. He had the big tournament run, and obviously the Cena match, and
He
I
probably
would
gets
change a
moved up
lot.
a couple spots, but
yeah,
Bro. Dude,
Ah,
that start of the year was.
We
it was very
we have to address this. We have to address the elephant in the room. There's a narrative building around Gunny right now. A narrative.
good or bad.
It's not good. A narrative is being crafted.
I agree with you, but I think he's turned the tide on one of the other bad narratives recently because he's been really good in the tournament. He was really good in the tournament.
Bro,
Now there's
He
obviously
suffered from.
yeah.
I think he's one of the guys on this list that's going
Oh,
to
for
suffer
sure.
the
Oh,
most
yeah,
from
dude.
booking.
Yeah.
Easily.
And
I think
for whatever it's worth, I didn't think the McAfee stuff was that offensive, but I get it. But that's what you gonna say, mate.
I think you're behind this, Joe.
What have I done?
There was a point in the year where you were like, "I'm working on a Gunther take or some shit."
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But I never
And-
fully uncorked it. Did
Oh
I?
yeah, I'm sure.
It's just-
I'm sure you were working
Kept
behind
in the
scenes.
chamber.
Man,
I just
like,
wish he bumped
That-
better. I'm kidding.
that Jimmy Uso angle not count for anything anymore. Like, come on, man.
Legitimately, I would guess of the people that he dropped him off their ballot, I would guess 2% actually changed their opinion on him. More just didn't enjoy watching him this year because they got more frustrated at the stuff he was doing, right?
Yeah,
I think
Yeah, no, the first
Yeah.
half of the year is real bad.
he wrestled Jey Uso, I think 3 times this year.
Yes.
But he still had good stuff. I mean, the
Punk
last
match
Jey
was-
match was good. The Punk match was great.
The Punk match was
And
some special shit.
It's the
most
last good match
notably,
of his career.
he may be the biggest victim of timing because he missed time.
Mhm.
And then he came back and had the Javon match, the solo match, the LA Knight final, and the Cena match. So he's had a serious, so he's had a bit of tough luck, but it still is funny. If it makes him feel any better, wherever he is out there, Gunny, you are not the biggest decline on the this year's.
He's doing
That's
the
kind of
press-
crazy. He dropped 33 spots.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Not even
He's doing
close
the-
to the biggest. Not even close.
He's doing the press run of dreams right
We have
now,
to be
dude.
coming soon, then, don't we? This is the
Yeah, ain't
biggest.
coming anytime
Yeah,
soon.
we
So
are.
I'll have to circle back here.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have to circle back afterwards. It's that big of a drop, brother. Yeah, lock in.
Oh,
it didn't even
shit.
make the list.
Yeah. In at 37,
Hell yeah.
Mayu Iwatani.
Yup.
Okay.
Obviously a legend, and I know for a lot of people, a generational great, right? I mean, I say a lot of people. I mean, people that are clued in based on her work and
Yeah.
will swear by her. We watched some stuff this year. She appeared on. Sorry, I missed that. She appeared on. What do we got here? 4% of the ballots, 2 free seed votes. We watched some stuff on, like the weekend gimmicks. What do we
We
call
watched
those?
the
weekend's
EO
grab.
match. We watched
Yeah.
the EO match.
Watched the EO
Um,
match, and we also watched.
We watched something
Nine.
else.
The night, yeah.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah. Obviously a great pro wrestler. It feels like less of a, emerging one, and instead simply a case of Mayu Iwatani wrestles. She has great matches, but she did have a big change career-wise this year, right?
Yeah,
Marigold.
it was Marigold.
Yeah.
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 How is
and
that
she-
gone? What's the belief on that?
I mean, it depends who you ask, honestly.
Yeah. Very divisive run. At least like the people that I know that are really into it, like some of them really like it. Some of them are like, she's not doing anything. What the fuck's going on? Very
She's
divisive.
up though, right? She was 42 last year, so
Yeah.
she's up in here at 37.
That and I match is one of my favorite women's matches of the year. Oh, that match was actually incredible.
Yep.
She's just a great wrestler. Like, I think it's kind of
just
just like it's
consistent,
settled.
yeah.
She's consistent, and
That's what, yeah.
I think she's prone to like just kind of staying where she is because she's so consistent. And like you get a lot of these guys who elevate themselves super heavily, and you go, I really like watching this guy elevate himself. It's
Yeah.
just a little different. And also, I think the Marigold bump maybe a little bit too.
Well, I mean, it was very
Marigold
Mayu Iwatani
Joshi.
that someone that follows from the outside, I saw her go to Marigold, and like her first match, I was immediately getting this is a must watch. You got to check. Like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
kind of just what she does. Right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have seen some conversation about where she's at physically, and obviously the way she bumps. I mean,
Yeah, it was
she's
yeah.
got-
bound to happen at some point.
Yeah, she's a psycho.
Swag Kelly says she's mainly elevating the underneath talent this year, not a lot of big matches. So the fact she got this high really, speaks to her quality.
For sure.
From one all-time great women's wrestler to another here at 36.
No.
Oh my
Holy
god.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
One of the candidates for comeback of the year here, unranked last year, 4% of ballots, had a 1 seed vote. That was a great photo from, I believe, DTF Mania. I linked them in the... I didn't link them, I listed them in the description. You can't
Hell
link.
yeah.
I listed them in the description. There's some great photography throughout.
Oh,
I
my
didn't know
God.
it did that. I had no idea it did that.
That's incredible.
But she had a big year. You know, obviously, it's the fun of doing this is a big year for Mayu Iwatani is a different thing to a big year for Alexa Bliss, right?
Mhm.
But I think if you'd have said to people in January, Alexa Bliss will come back and contribute at the level she contributed, and if we're being real, had a huge impact on Charlotte Flair's trajectory.
Mhm.
I think people have
Saved her
said
career.
that would have been a pretty big fucking result, right?
Yeah.
Has she not been in all of the big stip matches, like the pay-per-view stip matches since
Yeah.
she's come back?
Yeah.
She did the Chamber, she did Money in the Bank, and she did
War
another one
games.
that was- War
She
Games,
just did
yeah.
War
Yeah.
Games.
Yeah.
She's
I
a
mean,
worker
yeah,
this year.
I mean,
She-
Yeah.
the way you
She
talk about it, Joe, her TV work sounds like it's been
Yeah.
damn good
I
as
mean,
well.
Oh,
for
it's
the
been
most part, at
stellar.
least.
It's been stellar.
she's actually a legitimately good tag team wrestler. You know, singles matches is opponent to opponent, especially at this point. But I think as a tag wrestler, she's really proven her worth as like she's good at that.
It also
her
has to
and
be said,
Charlotte have had a big year.
she-
Go for it, Adonis.
she is one of the most over people. Like that reaction at the Rumble is like
a big
serious
moment.
shit, dude. Like those people were hyped as, and that's kind of stayed consistent all year. She's a steady presence. Shout out
Yep, she
Alexa
was
Bliss.
featured on Actual Wrestling Talk with the Bailey Lyra match, which was terrific. That was
Oh,
one
there you
that, and I never tell Buster to watch WWE matches, but you missed that show, that Actual Wrestling. That match
Yeah.
would actually pop you. I think it's like a new gen tag.
The match they just had with Rhea and Io was really, really good too.
So there we had a name in the WWE Women's Division, you know, staple, just very familiar face who I
Veteran.
think improved on people's expectations. The next name I think is it's more complicated. In at 35, another comeback story, missed last year's ballot. Appeared on 4% of ballots, got 2 1 seed votes. Now this one is complicated because this isn't. It's strange. I think Becky's best stuff this year is some of the best stuff she's ever done.
Yeah.
The Lyra Valkyria, the first 2 matches of that program were magnificent, I thought. But unfortunately, the trilogy match, the blow-off, didn't quite scratch the itch at SummerSlam. And Becky, I think, has recently publicly even said that wasn't her favorite outing either. And then I think what really hurt her case, because the fact she's this high coming off, to be honest, I think the way she closed the year took her off people's ballots, would be my gut feeling. She has tried desperately, I think, to adjust her presentation. And I think she's lost a little bit of what the appeal of Becky Lynch is for me personally. 'Cause it feels a little bit like she's doing like a sort of Chelsea Green adjacent shtick, and she doesn't need to do that. She's better than that. She's bigger than that. And I get it, but I don't really need to see Becky Lynch terrified of AJ Lee, just to be completely frank. I think that hurts her case, but Adonis, she's still, 35 is respectable, and her best stuff was terrific.
Oh yeah, dude. The again, the Lyra stuff up until the SummerSlam match is like, if somebody would told me that's the best WWE feud of the year, I mean, not like there's many candidates to choose from anyway, but like that's like a really strong pick. And I mean, Becky's thing, I think you make a great point, Joe, is that like she's one of the biggest women stars in the world. Like the fact that she's doing like a parody of a guy who should not be parodied is like, you know. And I say that to say that like I actually kind of find the Maxine stuff charming.
Yeah.
Like I was there for the MSG match and like it was I had fun with it. Like it's a cool little like side. The thing with Becky is that like if she's not in the main universe, she kind of has like her own little Codyverse thing going on that's like totally detached from whatever's going on in the show. And it's like you have Raw and then you have whatever Becky's doing. And sometimes whatever's Becky's doing is Buster has just collapsed and fallen on the ground. I don't know what just happened.
Yeah.
But
He's back.
oh, he's returned. But like, yeah, Becky just kind of goes off in her own world and like doesn't really interact with anybody. So you either have to really buy into what she's selling or it just looks like shit. And unfortunately, this back half of the year, I mean, you know, it is what it is. But 35 is, I mean, again, I think it speaks to the quality of the Lyra feud, especially like how good that was that she still maintained this high placement.
I would agree. And we keep it rolling at 34. Another woman making the list. Another name that missed out last year, Seri Yamaoka, I apologize, appearing on 7% of ballots, a 4 seed among them. this was another. It says there on the graphic. This is another rookie name, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Suryamoka is a Marigold talent? Or
Yes,
elsewhere?
Marigold.
Okay,
She had
so
a-
this has been the debate, right? Who the premier Marigold prospect is, or rookie is, I should say. Is that the kind of conversation?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, for me, it's as far as specifically Marigold goes, Sari's. I mean, she's like the runaway favorite, but between her and Senka, it's kind of
Yeah.
50-50, I
toss-up.
guess. She had a really, really cool like start of the year because she was teaming with Nene during Nene's retirement run, and that's most of what I saw. That's kind of what I bought in. One of the more unique talents in Marigold that's like she has a specific style and it's not just doing the same shit everyone else is doing. It does just consist of like a lot of suplexes and shit, but they look cool, so who cares?
Yeah, I've seen some clips and they've popped me very much because of the exact reason you just described, where it's a different style and 7% of ballots. I mean, for a Joshi name who's brand new, that's pretty
good.
impressive. Isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Really
so,
impressive.
Yeah, I think Big Man, that's a better way. More amateur background.
Yep.
I said suplexes and shit to dumb it down, but yeah.
There you go. December 28th. There you go. And Lambo mentioned it, a lot of talent, female talent here making the list here. And I mentioned this on Twitter.
Not
How many
shocking.
names that wasn't on last year? Obviously, rookies, of course, that wasn't on. But I'm just reiterating.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
shows you how quick the turnover is in perception and taste, right? It's like
Oh yeah.
so few of these people were even on last year's list. It's
Yeah.
it's fascinating.
Game doesn't stop moving.
Yes, exactly. This next name, I was actually surprised also didn't make last year's list because we definitely discussed her on this very program. Another Joshi favorite,
Cash.
Hell
Chihiro
yeah.
Hashimoto. 4% of ballots got a 1-seed vote. A personal favorite in the Joshi scene for me, an absolute just physical juggernaut, right?
Yep.
And I think for a lot of people, they're most familiar with the matches opposite Suri.
Mhm.
How would you kind of, if you could, fellas, what was the year like for Chihiro Hashimoto? Was it just a case of more of the same? She does Chihiro Hashimoto things across the Japanese scene?
Kind of. I mean, for me, it's kind of like a trend just across a lot of Joshi talent. Is like the start of the year is like hot. A lot of big matches, a lot of big shows. The year's very front loaded, and then as the year goes on, for me at least, the buzz kind of dies down, and the big matches kind of, they're few and far between, I guess. But like Sendai's big shows to start the year, she was like incredible. The retirement match with Maiko, yeah, she's
The singles match with Mako too at the start.
Yeah,
Was really, really good.
she's
The Sawamura stuff was terrific to close out her career.
it
Very
was
good.
yeah.
Oh yeah, she was all under contract at WWE too. It's even more beast. What a fucking
Yeah.
what a legend.
Did we ever get any insight on what the deal was? Like, is she still?
She's still with them, I think. Actually,
But what does she do? Like,
I don't know.
she gets paid. I think
Saw
that's
somebody
literally
in
it.
yeah.
saw somebody in a TikTok comment section say that she is signed to WWE and they have her rights, but they let her run her own promotion. So I guess
Well, it sounds
That's
like
incredible.
that sounds like what's happening. To be fair, so it might
Actually,
be.
yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah.
That's
Um,
fucking awesome, bro.
All right, folks, we're about to move up a tier. We're about to
Holy
move up
shit.
a tier.
Oh, baby.
Oh
Green.
shit! Money.
The
shit
arc.
is
Green
here.
tier, and we are headed
No way.
to Adonis
Yes!
here for Insight on number 32. That was a big celebration for 32. I feel. I gotta say
Yeah.
that feels
Aggressive.
kind of damning. That felt damning, did it not? That
That's
felt
like
damning.
that's worst team in the NFL,
Yeah.
bro.
One,
I'm a Giants fan, bro. We are the worst team in the NFL. Like, what do you want
So-
from me?
It's not true.
Yeah, we are.
the single vote 1-seed. Congratulations, Adonis. Appeared on
Yeah.
4% of ballots. Missed out last year, obviously. John Cena. Never seen 17. Things of that nature.
Yeah.
We don't need. I mean, what's the quickest way to put it? An unusual.
The most bizarre year of all time.
Yes, a
Bizarre.
very unusual retirement tour that ended
Yeah.
in a particularly unusual fashion. But Adonis, I know you swear by the matches themselves.
Well,
huh?
honestly, I think I'm the best to speak on it
Yeah.
of the panel.
Good idea,
If I'm
yeah.
going to be honest. Look, man, there's a highs and lows when it comes to John Cena's year.
Yeah.
Obviously, we think about the heel turn. We think about some of the big matches. I know Adonis speaks about the AJ one all the time. But then you got the lowest lows where it's just who gives a fuck? It's just not. It's not good. It's bad TV. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
but the last time was now, and he's gone forever. So
Yeah.
but he's
That was-
here 32.
Very poignant, Novi. Very
Yeah.
poignant. All right. Good work. Anything to add on that? Anyone? It seemed like it was. Yeah, it
know,
works.
uh,
Yeah, it works.
the
Check out
Gunther match was
LNG
special.
Productions.
Yeah, and I think like the
The
heel
Gunther
turn
match.
was one of the bigger moments of the year.
It was.
And then everything else happened afterwards.
And then
Yep.
Fiend.
Adonis and I
True.
discussed his 2025 at length on LNG Productions. Go check that out.
The Gunther,
Gunther match.
the
seemed
Gunther
very
match was
good.
special. That's all I gotta say.
It
on that.
was.
Special.
We're approaching the top 30.
Holy
Thanks.
shit.
In
Oh,
at
man.
31. Someone else who's got
Oh,
an increased spotlight on the international stage. Missed out last year, which again surprised me. 9% of ballots. Now I'm starting to climb. A 2 seed among them. I got to wrestle him. I didn't wrestle him. I got to see him wrestle Orange Cassidy.
You worked him, Joe?
I didn't. No, I turned him down.
Yeah.
See what you, I saw what you had planned.
He's
and
too fucking quick, man. You just
Yeah.
not your style.
It seems to me that Muscular Rider is generally considered one of the more exciting wrestlers globally, basically.
Yeah.
He appears to have had a couple shaky moments on US TV, but I think it's unfair that when people highlight those, they seem to forget the other moments where he's looked like the hottest wrestler in the world.
Yeah.
For example, there was that I didn't want to say it was the Toronto pay-per-view.
the three-way.
The freeway where it was like
It was just like
Stole
all
the
about
show.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
he was the star of the night. I mean, it
Yeah.
was unbelievable. And that show was about 18 matches deep. So
Yeah.
he's obviously a spectacular talent, and it feels like he's a name I would circle. I know how you guys feel, but I would circle as like he could legitimately climb huge if this dual contract thing is going to become the norm.
Next year's gonna be
Yeah.
a big jump for him. I think.
I think just the past 3 years for Dorada's like he's obviously like his usual like consistency and performance is like higher than most. The average is higher than most,
Yeah.
but he just kind of stays there all year,
Mhm.
and he'll have like stand. He had the Zandikin match is fucking awesome, but that's kind of it's just been like an upward trajectory like every year. So I assume next year he
Mhm.
will
I think
continue.
so. More people see him, get familiar. I mean, I think there's definitely some more depth and range to his game than people presume. I mean, the Orange Cassidy match, which I'll be honest, it wasn't my favorite thing, but stylistically, he did some very quirky things in that. He's not just sort of a human gift man. I think there's more to him than that. And I think that will expand as we go through the years. He's obviously still very young. Someone else I expect to become bigger and bigger through the years is going to take us into our top 30. Honestly feels a little low for where she's at beyond this fan base. this audience, I should say.
She was unranked.
But she wasn't on last year's ballot. So
weird.
What the
there is
fuck?
there is a quiet, unspoken Grinner resentment of Rhea Ripley. She appeared on 5% of ballots.
It's because
Two
she's
seed
queer
among-
baiting.
2 seed among them.
Come on,
It's a
man.
very cool graphic. And
Beast mode.
I think in ring, this was the best year of her career thus far.
Yeah.
Well, it's because she actually got to,
Yeah,
do
she
the
wrestled.
work.
Yeah.
She got to wrestle, yeah.
She had the EO match. She had the triple threat at Mania with EO and Bianca. She had some TV stuff like the Asuka match, the tag stuff with EO. Yeah, I don't know. I was surprised she didn't make even like 50th. That does feel
Yeah.
kind of wild.
Yeah.
She should definitely thank Io for
Yeah.
the placement, though. No doubt.
Yeah, I mean, I think she.
Enough.
That's
I don't think so, but yeah, I mean,
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
I know
joking
you're being
around.
silly. Yeah, you're being silly.
yeah, you're being
No time for silliness on the LNG 50. No,
Sorry, I
there's
forgot
almost
we're all
90
business.
grinners in here. Almost 90 grinners in here.
You know
by the way. Like, what dropped the fucking game?
Fucking hell, Joe! Stop talking about it.
Oh,
Jeez,
bring it
don't
up.
mention it.
Just don't bring it up.
Just tell them to like and leave it alone, Joe. Like that
Jokes
stream.
aside, bits aside, Rhea Ripley is one of the most popular wrestlers in the entire industry.
Yeah.
It goes without saying this list is a reflection of this space.
Yeah.
She went up considerably, so you can only look at it on that scale, right? She missed out completely last year, so she kicks off our top 30.
How
She had
much
some
of
great matches.
her year last year was taken up by injury?
3 months.
Yeah, 3 months, and she was around like to
See,
close
that,
the year.
That even
Yeah.
still feels like she should have been ranked.
I think it was less injury, and it was more the live saga. I think.
The
Yeah.
live stuff was bad.
This is why she's so low.
Yeah, that's a good point.
on.
That's a good point. There's one thing we as wrestling fans don't like is when our faves associate with somewhat troublesome characters. I just hate it. It's
Yeah.
I just hate it.
Certified
Nothing worse.
pedophile.
Yeah. The certified part is a quote, folks. That wasn't an acclaim from Buster. It was
No, see,
reference.
there's this rapper named Kendrick Lamar.
Well, what's this whole deal with this Kendrick Lamar
Dude,
Drake thing?
We don't need to tell the Grinners. Our Spotify rap told us our audience, their
True,
favorite
yeah.
artist is Kendrick Lamar.
Fucking love Kendrick.
Oh, bro.
All right, here we go. In at 29, currently holding gold. He also missed out last year.
What?
Appeared on an
Oh,
impressive
shit.
I wouldn't know this.
11% of the ballots. Had a free seed vote. The leader of the Demand, a group that we all are just desperate to buy the merchandise of. They have this D thing they do. Have you guys seen
Yeah,
this? He's doing it there. You
That,
see
and
it?
it's also, what is their catchphrase when you're in demand?
I don't know.
You can make demand or
It's-
some shit like that.
Yes, when you're in demand, you can make demands. Yes.
It's so to be clear, I think he's obviously great, and I think the Gates of Agni are superb, but there's something about that group and the name that's very like TW auto name. Like, what do you got
Yeah,
for me? You know,
absolutely.
like,
The
oh, the
Demand.
Demand that works.
They demand things, bro.
I think he's in at 29. I think that tells you that halfway into the year, he probably would have cracked the top 20. I think they
yeah,
kind of
probably.
took the
Yeah,
I mean,
he was stellar.
He
to
was
start the year.
fucking
Bro.
like, yeah, to start, he was
Bro,
like
that-
genuine. There was
that
heat
Mark
behind him.
Briscoe
Like,
match-
yes,
that Mark
yeah.
Briscoe stretcher match was like
That's
that was
yeah.
fucking
Ooh,
unbelievable.
great match.
dude. Oh my god.
and unfortunately, that was kind of a line in the sand because he sort of got de-emphasized after that for
Yeah.
a bit.
He
And
definitely
it
did.
doesn't fucking
Yeah.
make sense to me, dude. Because like,
yeah,
Yeah,
there is something to be done there. Not that he can't be heated back up. I'm sure he can, but like,
he could have challenged for the
I
world
don't know,
title.
bro.
I
Genuinely,
agree.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I was actually surprised he didn't work with Hangman. I thought he'd been one of the first names that did, but he has the
Yeah.
belt now.
Me
And
too.
to be completely frank, belts in AEW can either accelerate and improve your case, or it can be the opposite, where you kind of just float around. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think with who he is, you're going to get a lot of match. I mean, he's wrestling Bandito next week,
Yeah.
so
That's gonna
I
be
think
awesome.
I think
Yeah.
he'll fight against, like, if it was to put him in Park, he'll just work against
Yeah.
it too well, you know.
I tend to agree.
I think he's just so scrappy. It feels like whenever he's in the ring, he's cutting a promo, he's always just fighting to be
Yes.
more on AEW. People respect that.
I do want to see him regain some of the edge he had, a year ago. I think
A little too
he's tried
silly these days.
He's
yeah.
leaned too far into it. Yeah.
Well, I think he's trying hard to kind of make the Gates of Agony matter as the
Right.
GOA.
Yeah.
Make them matter as heavies, and so he has to kind of bump around and be more of a stooge, which is fine. But I think he's slightly better than that. Fahad has gifted
Bad man.
10 more LNG Gold memberships, folks.
Yeah.
As we say every time, please thank Fahad if you got one.
Yes.
But we'll thank him either way. We appreciate you, brother. Hope you're having a good Friday morning. Okay. Up next, we return to WWE's women's division, a name that I think has become slightly more divisive as of late, but still has had a great start to a WWE run. Look at that, by the way. 30th last year,
Wow.
28th this year. The
Yeah.
most
Oh,
consistent,
shit.
in that regard. 8% of ballots, 2 free seed votes. Cal's least favorite wrestler, Stephanie Vakir.
Cal's a bitch.
Mhm.
Stephanie is, someone that I think none of us are surprised did well in WWE. Immediately just was like, yeah, she's going to do great.
Mhm.
And she has done great. I think she has been underserved creatively as of late, and it's resulted in some pushback, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Ideally, she would have had some big time challenges or immediately waiting for her, and she wouldn't have had to do
Yeah.
the stuff she's done. But talent wise, I think she's kind of undeniable in terms of the quality of her work. I think there's maybe a conversation to be had about and this is a strange in the weeds thing. I think you guys will go, I mean, and the audience clearly how in the weeds this audience is, they'll get it, I think. Sometimes there are workers who have pristine work that don't necessarily produce that next tier of match, that like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
oh my god, this is she is someone who I'm quietly looking at in that regard, because I think her work is fucking superb. It's just, I don't know how many matches she had where I've gone, that was a blowaway match of the year.
I
You know
think-
what I'm saying?
At
Yeah.
times, Jay White is kind of like that
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's style.
when he's not working the FTR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
just
it's
very
just tough
consistently
styles.
where she is.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, but she's very, very talented. I think right now there's a conversation that's, it kind of sucks, to be honest, because you could see the situation come with the Devil's Kiss move from a mile away.
Yeah.
But they've gotten themselves in a bit of a predicament with that, haven't they? Because it's the audience is waiting for that move. And
Perverts.
people, here's the thing, yes, but you've also trained the audience that way.
Yes, yeah.
And that's where
It's their
Their
fault.
fault.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I think she went with it because fuck, the people
got
are into
over
it.
it,
Get a
bro.
fucking
Yeah.
pop.
But I
bro.
think she said, I want to say she said recently, it may have been in a promo, it may have been in an interview, I don't know, so I apologize. But I think she even spoke to it of like, I'm more than that. And I think she's probably
He said that
realized
in a
now.
promo, yeah.
She probably went too far. But I also, bro, if you're in front, like, let's be honest, we have all seen enough WWE matches that wrestled to silence. When the people pop for something, you go, fuck it, let's, use
Yeah.
it. But
Yeah.
you got to be careful. It's a tightrope. It is a tightrope. Nonetheless, another comeback story in at 27. Oh yeah, familiar visual there, Kenny.
Hell yeah.
By God Omega.
Beast mode.
Of course, didn't have a match in
Wow.
2024. Appeared on 12% of ballots, a 2 seed among those. He started the year with the Gabe Kidd match, which, because of how this wrestling cycle is, it feels like it was about 18 years ago.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in actual truth, it could be the most impressive individual performance of Kenny's entire career, and I do not say that lightly.
Yeah, considering like
Yeah.
where he's at physically, looking back at that match is like, what the
How did he do
fuck,
it?
bro?
Yeah.
How
Bro,
did he pull that
the
off?
fucking the springboard to the outside over the guardrail, like what was he doing?
And considering who he was
Tokyo,
wrestling
brother.
that night, too, that's even more impressive.
Well, yeah, he's Madman, you know.
Yeah,
He's good, he's looking lean.
You know, the chat, and I get it completely. Some people in the chat saying a little high. I think with a Kenny Omega, he has such a connection with his audience.
Yeah.
If he's active, he's going to be in their ballot. The same way I put some guys in my ballot. If they're active, they're in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the fact he had the Gabe Kidd match is icing to that. Because he also did, I mean, lest we forget, I thought his stuff was, I forget the belt, but his stuff was that champion.
International.
Yeah.
Easy to forget, like he had the triple threat that people tore the house down on pay-per-view.
Mhm.
He had the Takeshita match where he won the belt, and he had the match with Okada in Texas. So like he still had knowable stuff. I think his case feels weaker than it actually is because he hasn't wrestled a singles match in 6 months. But
Yeah.
first half of the year, I thought he was off to a pretty strong start for where he's at physically. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was nice to have him back for that little spell.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like it's gonna last much longer. So like,
Yeah.
take it in, man. Sorry,
Yeah, I mean,
Adonis.
he's
Enjoy
one-
him.
he's one
That
of
was
the
a low.
greats.
That was a low. You know what? That was a low blow. That was a low blow. That was unnecessary. That was unnecessary.
He's one of the great wrestlers, and as you said, I don't know how much longer he's going to wrestle, but I think
Yeah.
the only normal take to have on that is he needs to do whatever's right for him. I mean, it's
Right.
not
Yeah.
right. I'm
It's
not
also-
retiring the bloke. It's up to him. Innit?
I think people get lost in that conversation when they think about, oh, he's a little too high. Pure output, he's still been balling out. Like whenever he's put into a match, he really does give it his all, and I think there's a lot of love for that, brother.
It's also important. This isn't when we do the Golden Grinnies. I don't think Kenny Omega's going to be on the ballot for Wrestler of the Year, right? But this is who are your favorite wrestlers to watch?
Yeah.
And Kenny Omega is a huge part of people's wrestling fandom. So I wasn't surprised he was here.
He's a god of
And
this shit.
he is a comeback story, man. I mean,
Oh,
the
100%.
diverticulitis deal was fucking scary, dude.
It
Like,
was genuinely.
He
Yeah,
pretty
I
easily
think-
could have died, guys.
Do you
It's a
remember what he looked
miracle that
like
he's
in
wrestling.
his last promo with Jericho, man? I mean, it was
People were
It was-
concerned,
Yeah,
heavily
don't
concerned
make
that he
me
was
think of it,
high.
please.
yeah, it was terrifying. So he's a legend.
Yeah.
Not surprised to see him there in at 27. From a legend to perhaps a future legend here at 26. Another one who was not on last year's ballots. He had a huge year.
Mm.
Wow.
Appearing on 12% of our ballots with a 1 seed among them. Javon Evans is another guy I think you put on that list of Obafemi, a guy that universally seems to get the response of, yeah, he's special. He's going to be a
Yeah.
player.
Yeah.
I think there is more debate about how actually fare than Obafemi because of his build, right? He doesn't feel as conventional WWE top guy. But fuck, man. I mean, that guy's so exciting to watch. He has so much charm and personality in his work. Nova, you've been, I feel like, did you ever see him at DPW?
I
Was it
never
just
saw.
before?
He was just before my
Just
time.
before.
Yeah.
But it's interesting now, you just put a bow on, for now, DPW, right? You were
Yeah.
the last show.
Mhm.
And it is remarkable to think that if they never run another show, and hopefully they do, but if they don't, it feels like in 20 years, DPW's main place in history will be, that's where Javon Evans,
Yeah.
WWE Hall of Fame, 8-time world champion, got his thing, right?
He got his start. He proved himself in the DPW ring. It's just like I think his rise this year is pretty crazy, to be honest with you. Like, I think he's gotten a lot better even from what I've seen. He's just like, there's just something about him, and I think Leon, I think they're of the same like tier, that kind of Oba. There's just something about these guys that like connects with a younger audience. And I think we're like very clearly witnessing a next generation like form in front of our eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would agree. And I think one of the things that's going to be challenging for Javon is, you know, we talk a lot about the youth movement thing. You guys know where I stand on that. I think youth movement is silly. You focus on individual wrestlers. But because they are somewhat conservative with that stuff and other things, they he is someone that I worry about slightly in that regard, purely because I think a lot of his appeal is that he's young. Which, that sounds more dismissive than I mean. I don't mean that he's reliant on that. What I mean is, it makes him so much more money that he feels like, you know,
the next big
like
thing.
The kid who just fucking got on the bus. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like like so from like
they're gonna
a fucking
pigeonhole
comic
him
book.
into
You know what I'm saying? Like he's like this normal kid who can do these incredible things. So that's just one concern. But they're already getting him involved, man. He seems to be in the SmackDown kind of, you know, rotation of sorts, and there's a lot to like about Javon. I think he's gonna have a great career, and I think in a year's time, if we're here and he's not gone up a little bit, I think that'll probably be likely a reflective of the creative. Simply,
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
One of the most charming wrestlers in the world, I think.
I would agree. Yeah, has a real natural charisma. Boys, you ready to level up a tier?
Holy
Oh,
shit!
Let's do it, Joe.
Let's
do it.
Go.
What color are we at now? Oh, baby.
Holy shit!
Bubblegum pink.
We carry the flame.
Hechicero last year was at 17, appeared on 7% of the ballots, had a 1 seed among them. I think this decline is a slight one. I think it's just reflective of last year he was someone people discovered, right? And I think this year it's like everyone still thinks he's fucking awesome. It's just it's more normal, right? I guess for, you know, the wider wrestling audience. He fucking rules. We watched the match together, the Bandito match on God, what was that? Death Before Dishonor. Yeah.
Yes.
And we had an absolute blast. And he's just, I think what really stands about him is, you know, in a time where the style is kind of increasingly homogenized, he feels like a singular guy, right? He has a particular music he plays, you know.
No one in the world wrestles like Bandito. I do think that it, like, even with that, he like, how do I word this? I don't want to sound like an asshole. He wrestles so much because he does, like, he has his routine. He does, you know, the same style of, you know, stuff in his matches every time. There is a little bit of a drop off in interest just because of that. People, you know, you see him more often, but I mean, just because you see it more often doesn't mean it's not good.
He's one of the Callis family crew, and so that means a lot of the TV stuff he does will be a 6-man tag or 8-man tag, and he's always a treat in those. But yeah, I mean, I think anyone who's seen Hechicero wrestle is aware that if he had the opportunity to have main event matches like the Bandito match regularly in the States, he would probably be in the top 15, top 10. I mean,
he would show.
I think everyone likes watching him wrestle.
He's also, I think he's very charming as a wrestler because he did kind of break out into this higher tier when he's older. And so people like kind of like, dude, this old fucker just came out here and started balling in main events. That rules.
One of the coolest things that can happen in wrestling, right? The overnight success that's 15 years in, 20 years in. It's the best. But enough about LA Knight. Adonis, what was you saying?
No, it's you know, it's happened with people that are already on the list. It's gonna happen with more people. It's like it's all circumstantial, really. Like there's a lot of guys and girls that wrestle that like they're a lot better than the spot they're in. They're just in a certain spot, and that's just what we see them in, and that's fine. It's not really their thing, but it speaks to how good he is that he's this high, and he's like Don Callis family member number fucking. How many is he at now? 79. How many were you at?
Yeah,
close.
Yeah,
can you imagine LA Knight versus Hechicero, dude? Can you imagine how funny that match would be? Because whenever Hechicero works for a guy who's like not in his wheelhouse, it's always funny. Like I remember when he worked with Swerve, even it was funny. Let alone fucking LA Knight. The best ever Hechicero out of his own like comfort zone match was when he wrestled Daddy Magic.
Oh yeah,
and Daddy Magic broke the submission to tap out. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. He was in an arm bar and he got his arm free so he could tap. I've never seen anything like that before. It was remarkable.
Shit hurt, dude.
Hechicero. It must have, bro. He got out of it and he still wanted to quit. All right, folks. Another small decline here and at 24, but one of the more beloved wrestlers of his generation.
Oh, okay.
Sami Zayn was 15th last time, appeared on 15% of the ballots, a 2 seed among them. Sami Zayn had a little bit of an up and down year again because of usage. He missed WrestleMania, of course, notably. He had some great stuff TV-wise. Kind of sparked SmackDown's mid-card scene to the best of anyone's ability with the open challenge. Tried his absolute best in that regard. Handed it over to Ilya, who's doing the same. So I think he had a productive year in spurts. He also had to, babysit Karrion Kross for 2 months. So it's up and down. But Adonis, he was on your ballot, right?
Yeah, he was on mine. I'll forever think it's cool that he got to be seen his last SmackDown match. I always like to point that out because it's Sami Zayn and he deserves the world. He's fucking awesome. I think amongst this panel, especially, I'll be the high man. I thought the stuff with Kevin at the start of the year was like genuinely really sick. The package pile driver angle where Kevin looks like a deranged psychopath with a black eye and he's just like pile drives his best friend. That was awesome. I'm definitely lower on the unsanctioned match now than I was in March. I still think it was really good. Sammy's just always like, I just love seeing Sami Zayn on TV. Like, I'm never going to not be happy that he's on my screen. He's just a very warm presence on the TV. If you throw him out there in a match, it's going to be great. He had the last good Drew McIntyre match ever this year, so that's nice. He got the song. His U.S. title open challenge stuff saved a graveyard show in SmackDown. Yes. It was like, at least for 15 minutes a week, Sami Zayn had a wrestling match, and it usually was just that, a wrestling match. And I think that's why Sammy resonates with like me and a lot of other people is that, especially in 2025 WWE, he feels like an outlier because he just feels like a wrestler when he's not doing Karrion Kross bullshit. He's just a wrestler. He's having wrestling matches in the spirit of competition, and that's always nice. And still one of the best promo guys in the business. And so I'm glad he's here. I did not think he'd be this high, but I'm glad he's here.
Yeah, absolutely. I just looked here at some of the US Open Challenge names. It felt like he was Javon's like main roster breaker.
Yes,
right.
Dude, they put that match over big on Kyle. I remember they were like making a really big deal out of that.
Yeah, and the Cena match, as we talked about in the LNG production, that was my favorite Cena match of the year. I love that match.
Is awesome,
I mean, obviously
dude.
the finish is
awesome.
Most, hilarious thing ever. But by hilarious, I mean hilariously on brand, of course. But yeah, Sami Zayn's, it's fucking great. Sami Zayn in it.
Yeah, it's like what more can you say about Sami Zayn?
It's like Omega, where it's like if he's active, people are gonna put him on their ballot because he's fucking Sami Zayn. It's just
Same thing with like if Kevin Owens was active this year, he'd probably make it on people's. Like it's just.
So we talked a minute ago about guys like having a breakout year late in the career. And this isn't accurate for who we're about to talk about because this is someone who's he doesn't need the LNG rub. This is a major fucking star, but this is still really fucking cool. Like, he missed out last year, and now he's at 23 with a 1 seed vote and 12% of the ballots. Like, come on, man. Again, he's the last thing he was waiting for was for us to go, yep, he's stamped. But he's like, the leading fucking box office attraction of the year. He's obviously a superstar. He's an amazing story in terms of his revival within his own career, right? His comeback. Awesome stuff, and he's been able to, it has to be said, boys, his entrance on the TV special, Arena Mexico, when we do Grin of the Year, and it's like a thing that we just loved about wrestling, it's up there, I think, right?
Yeah.
Has to be. I think, obviously, I think as a community, I don't want to speak for everybody, obviously, but we don't value, box office stuff as much as other people. Yeah. But in this one instance, because it's Mystico and he went from where he was to where he is now, it's and because it's so astronomical. He's so successful, and he carries CMLL fucking crazy. Not that they don't have other draws or other stars, but he is the guy. It's wild. You have to mention that.
Yeah. Yep. I think it's important we also do a tribute to Mystico before we move on. We all have to join together.
Oh yeah.
Get some claps. Because that's how we get the match rolling. It's how we get the people going. Want to hear you all do some of these.
Novi and I at Collision when who was he wrestling again?
Was it? I feel like it's Jay Lethal, but I don't think that's right.
It may have been Jay Lethal.
That sounds crazy,
bro. After everything he did, he was just
bro. It was literally every move.
It was more so.
Oh, it's more, yeah,
bro.
Jay Lethal.
Jay Lethal.
We saw Jay Lethal.
We saw Jay Lethal 4 times. Bro.
Yeah, it was wild.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun.
He's a legend, dude. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
And,
sick.
Beast mode.
that is, Matt said after my dad saw him at Arena Mexico, he was the greatest wrestler he's ever seen. That is
Bro,
just-
his presence is fucking nuts,
It
dude.
is, yeah.
It's real.
He's a superstar. Absolutely. And again, and it's important to know this with these bellas. We have to be realistic in that there's still not a ton of eyeballs on CMLL relative to the US Big Two. I mean, that just is what it is.
Yeah.
This audience is super tapped in, but even this audience, there's going to be a drop off there. I think the fact that he came in on 12% of the ballots, it's like
Yeah.
very
He was so
respectable
good.
considering his
You can't
platform.
deny it.
Yeah,
you know?
like
Yeah.
even if you saw a match or two, like
Just-
even if you just saw the
Just saw
MJF,
the MJF.
match,
Yep, exactly.
Yeah,
on the same
like-
page. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, folks. Here's someone who, in terms of platform, less surprising is this high, but another big climber didn't make last year's battle, which again
Kane
surprised me, 'cause
again.
I
Oh,
thought everyone was already in on
Dirty
Dom.
Dom.
okay. Let's
Look at
go.
that graphic. 13% of the ballots are free
Look at this
seed among
guy.
them. I was surprised he didn't sneak in last year, even in the
Yeah.
bottom 10.
Yeah.
That shows you he's had a big year in terms of changing people's perception. I don't actually know, how much his body of work is accompanies that change of perception.
No.
He just looks really fucking
No.
cool.
We don't
And
need
he's-
we
yeah,
don't
dude.
need to work. We don't need matches. We're the last real wrestler to ever live. We're the
You know I'm
last
coming
remaining
for you.
wrestler.
He just looks
Mysterio,
cool,
bro.
bro.
If
You know?
as soon as you win the AAA belt and you stand in front of fucking Rey Mysterio and say, "Wrap
AAA.
this belt around me," you're a god. I don't
Bro.
know. It is what it is.
I tend to agree. I think I'm on the same page as you on this, yeah.
No,
Yeah, I
but-
mean, like, if he was around in the fucking 90s, he,
oh my god.
with even like just no body work, he would have been like one of the
Yeah,
coolest.
because the
wrestlers of all time.
magazines. The magazine guy.
Bro, like-
Exactly.
I don't know how many of his AAA matches have been like, I'd say
Oh,
great.
very good. Very good.
love
Triple
that.
AR. That was
I
excellent.
have to exercise.
Do that again, Adonis, please.
I have to exercise my Dominican nature real quick every once in a while.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of his AAA matches are like actually any good, but like the heat that he gets in Mexico, it's like fucking. It's actually unbelievable. Like he is like Jesus to these people in
Yeah.
AAA. It's unbelievable. And I think
Very good.
if nothing else, kind of a similar point to what I made about Sami Zayn. He kind of feels like an outlier, even though his booking has been kind of shit. He's
Yeah.
wrestled Penta and Rusev approximately 97 times this year. He has managed to stand out as like genuinely cool in a company that like is so heavily micromanaged and manufactured. He actually just feels really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like I thought I thought he looked, whatever you think about the matches or whatever, but I thought he looked like he belonged in those two promo segments he did with John towards the end of his career. He looked like a genuine star who can hold his own, and it can't be denied, dude. He's just popular as fuck. He looks cool as fuck, and he told Rey Mysterio that he's the best Mysterio of all time, and like
Yeah.
he dropped his nuts on his dad's head. Like that's just fucking beast, bro. Like it's
He's
unbelievable.
a real human being. And like I think
Yeah,
people
dude.
see that, he's a funny guy. It translates on TV. In another life, he would have the craziest bloody brawl and he'd have the
Yes.
sickest magazine
He'd
photo
be
ever.
the
like
main
you said,
attraction
Joe.
of
It's-
a 95 Worlds Collide show. He just,
It's
he
just,
godly.
it is interesting, like the way the tide can turn. It's funny that even this, because I think there's been a kind of increasing for like this kind of hardcore fan of like, oh, Dom's actually fucking good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Even this audience, he climbed a lot this year. I mean, I was there in Vegas when he won the IC strap, and people lost
It
their minds for
erupted,
that.
bro.
Yeah,
Actually got such a good reaction. They like clearly called him off afterwards. They're scared that's turning
Oh, yeah.
babyface, I think. But yeah,
Yeah.
he had a great year. Absolutely.
Awesome tag wrestler too.
Yes, I agree with that. Yeah, I think like in terms of his actual work as a main event guy, I think jury's still out. I think.
Oh
this-
yeah, as a
Right,
singles, yeah, but like
Yeah.
tag stuff.
Yeah.
I love him as a tag wrestler.
he's hugely valuable to their TV. All
Mm-hmm.
right, speaking of someone that's been debated a little bit through the years, in here at number 21, Buster.
Yeah.
Dropped in from number 7, 12% of the ballots.
that
He had a
photo.
1 seed. He had a 1 seed
That's
vote.
all that
I don't
gear is
believe that was
good.
Brain Buster. I don't believe it was.
No, it wasn't me. I don't even think he was on my list.
Yeah. I like this one night bit we're doing where I'm penciling you in as like Team Punk, we say this a lot about the strange years, and it's been fucking all over the place. It's been all over the place. He's worked with in terms of his matchmaking, it's been like historic
Bizarre.
low for CM Punk. To be honest, It's pretty,
Yeah.
as bad as it's been in about since like 2007 or something when he was an underneath guy. He still did some strong stuff. He was great in the chamber. I thought he
great
was
in the
very good in the
chamber.
triple threat.
Gunny
Triple threat
match.
was good. The Gunny match,
Gunner match.
obviously.
Yeah, it's the Sami Zayn match. I know people loved.
Yeah.
That match
Yeah.
was awesome, man.
Yeah, so I think he had good stuff. It's just
He's
it's,
still capable of having really good wrestling matches.
Oh, 100%.
He's just in a
Yeah.
company that is,
Makes it really hard to do.
yeah, it makes it
Yeah.
really hard to fucking do
He,
that. And it's also really hard to like tell professional wrestling stories in the World Wrestling Federation as well, I think.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah. It's a shame.
The ones that he
you
wants
know.
to tell is what I'm trying to like.
yeah,
They have their version of it, but like the ones that he wants to tell,
Yeah.
or I would assume.
Conventional wrestling stories.
Yeah.
Go Red. Dogs.
the hold on. Now I'm trying to think because as bad as it is, I'm so happy that Jey Uso match exists on tape. I'm just really like it doesn't help his case at all. I'm just really happy that match happened because it's so bad.
That felt like a return of fire there.
Yeah, what
Buster.
the
I think
fuck
he
is that about?
Punch
kid?
you in the face, bro.
No, I'm just no, because I think
Got you
that
back
wrestling.
there, I
should
think.
be, I think wrestling should be funny, and
Yeah.
so the fact that he had a match that bad is awesome because it's on tape
Whoa.
now. I just think
Whoa.
it's awesome.
I don't
Whoa.
like
It's
that.
great.
Cena guys lighting you up right now.
I was
bro.
gonna say
Cena guys lighting you up.
Yeah, so you get
After
for calling me a
seeing-
mark in
What's
the
up, Phil?
outtakes,
after,
motherfucker.
after seeing his year where he didn't have a single good match. Okay.
There we go. There we
You're
go,
gonna fucking-
Novi.
You're gonna fucking
Here we
sit
go.
here.
Ding,
We're
ding.
talking about-
Adonis, mention
ding,
Riyadh
ding.
season. Mention Riyadh season. Adonis, quick.
Hey, bro.
Oh yeah,
Listen,
dude,
bro.
fucking Big Chilling. Yeah, what's up, man?
Listen, bro.
Folks.
Go
That
look
was
at his
sick, bro.
fucking Twitter history. All right.
Folks,
What country does he recognize?
All right.
Exactly.
Never mind. Never mind.
Who do you have
21,
to apologize,
CM
man?
Punk. Wrestling legend CM Punk.
True.
The Gunther match
He's
was
an
great.
awesome
I'm glad we
wrestler.
watched that together as a family. It was a
Awesome
great
wrestler.
time. We had a great time watching that. Jesus,
My
wait,
bad.
that was scary.
Right.
All right.
Oh my god.
Let's move on. Even
That's
just
my
the
bad.
mention of CM Punk brings
See what
fucking
happens? Do you
turmoil
see
and
what
locker
happens?
room
This is
problems.
crazy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to settle
That
on
photo
something.
was fun. That's the coolest Punk gear in that fantastic
Yeah.
photo.
His
Yeah.
promo- His
All right.
promo on Monday was excellent, by the way. Late
bad.
contender for
Oh man.
Yeah, what was that? All right. Let's move on here. 2020.
You want it to be a play?
The great Suri. Another little bit of a drop here. 9 last year. Still appeared on 21% of the ballots. My God. 2 seed among them. Suri is, I think a case of what we discussed earlier of someone that I think discovery would be the wrong word, but she had such a sensational 2024.
Yeah.
That for a lot of the audience, it was like, with a bullet, she's in my top 5.
Yeah.
I think she was second on Wrestler of the
She
Year,
was
wasn't she?
second
Yeah.
in our awards. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Grinnies.
she had such a like wildly good year last year, and she continued that with a pace that was at least still respectable. So it makes a lot of sense that she's still here.
I think one of the coolest things about Suri is just the way she's jumped between companies over the
Mhm.
years. Like,
Yeah.
just goes in, has a really good match in Stardom, leaves, goes to Marigold, has a really good match, leaves, goes to Sendai. It's just like, it's one
She's
of the
everywhere.
coolest things. She's everywhere.
really good.
She does good shit wherever she goes. I think she's probably one of the best, but it's just like, it's so hard to follow up after last year. So it's just,
Yeah.
that's kind of where the drop
And-
is. But
And the surrealism stuff is really cool. Just to have her do that stuff.
Oh,
on her own,
yeah.
that's really cool.
no doubt.
Apologies, boys. I'm just letting
Trying
my
to
sister
see-
get things.
She started off the
Um,
year with that really awesome Venny match, which always deserves a shout because that match fucking
Great
rules.
Very good
This
match.
does really pop me. This part of the Suri story
Yeah.
where she's
Yeah.
just like the last true wrestler, just
It's so sick, dude.
just backs herself.
Going
I'm
for the
going to be a
territory.
fucking player no matter where I go. I'm
Yeah.
out. I just think it's so cool. And I think 20th still. I mean, look at some of the heavy hitters star power wise she beat out. It's just last year
Oh,
was
yeah.
such a significant year in the Suri kind of story.
Yeah.
It feels like a dip, even if work-wise she still did some amazing stuff. It was, we've said it throughout this. Some of the guys and gals that missed out last year, you go, wow, they wasn't on. This next one's one of those because really popular pro wrestler at 19 missed out
Oh.
completely last year.
Oh, shit.
That's crazy.
Damn, really?
Well, he wasn't on it
Brody
last
King.
year?
No, 17% of ballots had a free seat among them. Of course, I don't think I'm spoiling anything to say his tag team partner is still to come. But Brodido were one of the highlights of AEW's year. And as much as Bandito rightly takes many of the plaudits for that, I think Brody has been the first to kind of go, this bloke is special.
Yeah.
Brody King is more than worthy as a tag team partner. I mean, he's had a terrific year, and is really over organically. Brody
Yeah.
is. So
He's
go for it, Buster.
he's such an easy wrestler to just look at,
Yep.
like without even like him working. You just look at him and go, "This guy's fucking rules." You know, he's big as fuck, tattooed head to toe, and then he comes out and he's barking and shit, and then he's, you know, just the aggressiveness that he wrestles with. For me, I mean, like hardcore culture in general is kind of blown up the past couple of years. So like hardcore kids getting into wrestling is immediately their guy because obviously
Look at him.
look at him, but also just like the role he plays in the hardcore culture is like a massive one. God's hate new album next year. Let's fucking go. And yeah, I mean, I knew about God's hate before I even watched him wrestle, and as soon as I watched him wrestle, I went, yeah, I mean, that's one of my favorite wrestlers, dude.
Yeah, unless we forget the Arena Mexico.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, fucking awesome. And, you know, I just looked. He didn't have a ton of chances to do single stuff, right? Once they were Brodito, he took a back seat to Bandito there because if you were going to book a singles match, it was going to be Bandito, and he has the Ring of Honor belt, and he has similar. But one thing I do think quietly, it came and went because AEW does a lot of good stuff on TV and ring. Do you remember those couple matches him and Josh Alexander had where they just beat the fuck out of
bro.
each
Great
other?
matches.
Fucking Birdie got busted open in one of those, and it would just look gnarly.
Yeah, absolutely. Brody King.
Awesome. Dude,
Great
the
guy.
reaction he got for the hot tag at Full Gear, that was fucking awesome, bro.
So
He's
sick.
like a genuine, like, incredible hot tag. It's awesome.
He is, and I love the way he was
Also,
spotlighted in
hold on.
that match too. Yes, mate.
Oh yeah, that match was fucking. That was something.
Is
dude.
this about to be an
That
LG
fucking FTR
moment?
Brodito match.
Yeah, it could be, bro.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Oh my God, Kaden Lee's back.
Oh
Oh,
wait.
fuck.
Buster brought back Kaden Lee with him.
Easily, like, without a doubt, one of the best figures.
Oh
ever.
man.
I didn't know
It's-
they made that.
awesome.
Bro,
That
it's fucking incredible.
That's one of the best
Chain and
AEW
everything.
figures ever. Yeah,
Easily.
So,
It's so
That's
sick.
so cool.
I'll tell you who
Good
else is
shit.
one of the best
Caden,
AEW.
wait, hold on,
pro
hold
wrestlers
on,
ever.
hold on,
Yes,
Joe,
sir.
Yeah.
hold on. Caden, are you set up on the desk right now?
So here's the thing: I don't have a chair yet.
Yeah, what? I'm looking
So
up at you.
I'm using
Yeah.
I'm using a high chair.
Oh.
And the desk is not that high up.
Okay.
So it would look fine if I set up my camera. However, I'm too lazy to set my camera up tonight.
Brilliant.
So
It's good.
In at 18, one of the AEW greats. Very,
Oh,
very
yeah.
slight decline here. Very
yeah.
slight. Down from 16, but that's very consistent. 15% of ballots. 2 seeds on 2 of those ballots. I love Chris Statlander. I think, you know, we can talk all day long about the way she's presented and that stuff, but beyond any of that, she's the world champion right now and she couldn't be more deserving. Her work has been great now for a few years. And I think in terms of that division, to me, she's probably the most consistent bell to bell.
Yeah.
And not necessarily in terms of like great standout matches, but much more in the sense that if her match is on TV, I want to watch her match because she's going to have a good match. She's going to have a match with some serious
100%.
punch.
You
Basically
saw that.
guaranteed to always be
Yeah.
like a good match, like
Yes.
a good time. You know?
You saw
Yeah.
that with the TBS championship when she had it. Like she was like
Yeah.
people were very convinced that Julia Hart was like something very special because of that match. I always remember it because she really like that was just an incredible performance. And you think now like she's getting that bigger platform, it's a bigger belt. It's what she's deserved for a really long time. It's awesome.
The stuff with Megan Bain to start the year was fucking awesome. 2 horsewomen just like
Yeah.
laying their shit in. That stuff was really fucking good.
Yeah, and it was a tricky one because she had a lot of uncertainty, right? Because it felt like she was waiting. Ironically, I actually felt like that her and Willow both were waiting for the tag belts.
Yeah.
And then they
Yeah.
pivoted and they went with Chris. And hopefully, I mean, just to be completely frank, we talked about this on Saturday, I think it was. We wanted to see, I mean, her and Jamie's the match I want to see most on World's End from what we've got so far.
That match
I
is
mean,
gonna be
I
awesome.
want to see Jamie beat the shit out of her and then
Dude,
have the match.
Jamie Hayter is like,
She's on
great
fire.
form right now.
I
man.
think
Yeah,
Jamie Hayter look to next year. I imagine she's on this list if
I
she's
agree.
really
Yeah.
giving it.
I
She's
agree.
she's an incredible form.
I think it speaks to Chris that she's hovering in that same.
One
boat,
thing
and
I
you've
have to say-
you can't help but feel like there's room for it to grow still. Go for it, Adonis.
About Chris, this is such a weird thing, but I like how seamlessly she fits within the AW universe. Like I feel like she interacts with everyone on the Raw. Like I just remembered that mixed tag she had with her and Darby and Marina and Wheeler, and there's not a lot of people in wrestling that like seamlessly fit with everyone else on the roster. Chris just like interacts with everyone so well. She's a really diverse character in that regard. I feel like you can just put her in any program and she's gonna stand out.
I would agree. And fittingly, at 17, we have one of her most famed dance partners, Willow Nightingale. Again, slight decline, which I think we don't have to explain why.
Yeah.
16% of ballots, a one seed among them. I know the Harley Cameron team is not for everyone, but if it means more Willow Nightingale on my TV, I'll take it. And I am really excited for the tag match at World's End. I think Athena and Mercedes versus the Bays of Wrath was probably the best actual match, I think, in the tournament, or at least one of them. And so, you know, Willow is... I think anyone who's watching this knows. We all think Willow's fucking awesome. I think I've now said 18,000 times I think she should be the face of the company. I don't need to repeat that. It's Willow Nightingale, but...
We all know.
You know, it's like, rather than focusing on what she's not been given creatively or where they've failed her creatively, I think more notable for a list like this is she still made it this high. She still produced good work, and she still gets a fucking big-time major reaction when she goes through the curtain. You know, and in some ways, Willow, I think, could end up being a case of she's too good for her own good. And this happens in wrestling sometimes, where she's going to be over no matter what. Like, no matter what happens, she's going to be over, right? So I think you see that sometimes with the way that she's used, but I think she's still very much valued as one of the key pieces. It's just too good for her own good. It happens sometimes, but a worthy top 20 name here. And we're sticking in AEW here at number 16. I apologize. There was a private chat message that scared me. But in at 16, we have another name that's pretty consistent here, down only 2 spots. Obviously, missed an extended part of the year and is now out with an injury, but appeared on 16% of ballots, landed at number 1 on one of those. And, I mean, again, missed time, but his best work, as always, is very notable. And I think the other key thing when you're doing a list like this, if you're a Darby Allin fan, if that's your favorite wrestler, there aren't a lot of guys you can sort of plug and play when he's not in the ball game, right? I mean, you're going to miss Darby Allin. He has a huge impact on AEW when he's around. What do you reckon, fellas? Are we surprised that he's this high considering the time he missed, or not really? He had some strong stuff, didn't he?
Not surprised.
A little surprised it's this high.
Yeah.
I would have expected like 20s, but
since this is how much do you enjoy this wrestler list? I feel like he's just a guy you're always going to enjoy no matter what he's doing, like for people, which is very fair, you know?
I think he's the best wrestler in the world. I'm just going to say, I legitimately, like, when he's, like, active, there's not a single person in wrestling I enjoy watching more. The match he had with Claudio in the 2300 arena is, like, maybe the best TV match of the entire year. Claudio just fucking hurling this guy onto the table and the way he bounces, like, he's just, it's on the Pac match, obviously. The John Moxley stuff is really good. He's just, there's no one like Darby Allin in the world. He's a fucking psycho. He bumps like a madman, but he's also really good at comebacks, which is very rare, it feels like, for baby faces in 2025. He's just, I
like this 2-pack here with Willow and Darby. It's just like 2 people that I think have special connections with the audience that are always going to be elevated because of it.
Yeah,
I agree completely. Fellas, we're into the top 15. You know what it means, don't you?
Oh my gosh.
We're about to go up a tier, boys.
What color?
When Rice said it, I was like, it's a cool idea. I didn't realize how thrilling it would be to go through the tiers. It's electric.
Yeah, it's really sick.
And a personal favorite, I think, of a few of ours kicks us off in the top 15. At one point was a quiet pick for our wrestler of the year. The great Hiroki Goto, who missed out entirely last year, had a huge 2025, even with the injury in the middle, 70% of the ballots, a 1 seed among them. The first half of his year, it was like, we're going to be able to fucking vote for Goto as wrestler of the year, boys. And then he got hurt, but he still came back and was immediately awesome again. Like,
I'd still fucking think about it.
Yeah, he's just... it's kind of remarkable the way guys' careers unfold, and that he's always been a really good wrestler. But it feels like in some ways he's the best he's ever been. I think I really believe
Genuinely though, like
yeah.
in a different way from who we were talking about earlier. I'm sorry, like older wrestler that like breaks their fuck. Hechicero, yeah. In a different way, like Goto's been around for, I mean, fucking forever. It feels like, but he's just now coming into like true like form, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it was obvious to start the year. He like brought genuine spirit and interest back to New Japan for a little bit there. We were full blown Nuge guys for like 2 months because of Hiroki Goto.
We went all in.
Yeah.
And we were not wrong for that.
We weren't. No.
No.
We were right. They were wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were wrong because fucking Zack Sabre Jr. beat him. Don't care if he was injured. Keep the belt on him. Fuck you.
Dude,
That was
and he
specifically
like
to Goto.
he brought back the art of the sub 20-minute world title main event matches.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
fuck yeah, dude, that Yuji Nagata match is fucking awesome, bro.
Yeah, match rules.
We were on the air, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we
That
did.
match is
Bro.
unbelievable.
Live Grin at like
Awesome,
4
man.
a.m.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
Oh my god.
Special
Used to be
experience.
better. Used to be better.
We were in
It's-
prime form, staying up that late
Yo.
watching that.
Guess what, folks?
Look, all I can say
like
for
the year we're
2020.
doing.
Yeah, all I can say for 2026, I'm excited for the first 3 months of New Japan to be fun, and we do that again, and then we all stop watching.
Just run it back every year forever.
Every
I
year.
love it. Hiroki Goto, one of the great stories of 2025. I'm glad he got into the top 15. He was in my top 10. I think he was 7 or 6 or 7 for me. Oh, fuck. I hate it so fucking. I hate it more every day, every single day. I was
Looks
looking at
awesome in that
fucking-
Street Fighter movie.
I was
by the
watching
way.
2 old lads have a cricket conversation. One of the fuckers did it the other day. I was so mad. He did the fucking thing. I was.
Bro,
You
I
just
fucking
can't-
heard-
It's
I-
read to my fucking fantasy football podcast today, and I went,
oh, bro.
I hate it so much.
Bro, I heard in a movie and rewound the movie. It's like,
Oh,
yeah.
You can't say it.
In
No,
at
you
full
just
team.
can't.
Now we're firmly into. I mean, this is heavy hitters. We go from one veteran still doing his thing here at an older age to
Oh,
of
Oh,
course,
look at that fucking photo.
the
That's gotta be
AEW
a
World
great
Champion.
photo.
He was 28th last year. He was on 20% of the ballots. He had a 1 seed among them. I was not the 1 seed. Innocent again. Samoa Joe. I mean, fucking hell, bloody hell, Samoa Joe, innit? You know,
that's damn Samoa Joe, brother.
there's
Not
tough
much,
on the screen.
there's not much more to say, to be honest.
There is,
That's damn
especially on
Samoa
this
Joe.
platform. It's like, and he's an example of what I mentioned for some fans with Omega. He's that for me. Where like, if he's active, he's gonna make my top 5 because
Yeah,
I like having him around. I would not have expected when he came back in January for the angle with Kip Sabian, Nick Wayne, and Chrissy Cage. It's not making up for it. I can kind of see it.
Where you brighten this kid?
My bad.
I did not expect him to close out the year, or maybe not close out the year, enter December as world champion. We'll put it that
Right.
way.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he's closing out the year, but he's going to enter December as world
Yeah,
champion. And he's been a remarkable comeback story. I'm going to actually work on with the Grin Grappler boys. I want to do something for gold members every quarter. I want to go back through the Grin Grappler and the wrestlers we did that were still active.
Mm-hmm.
I want us to do a bonus features where we do 3 matches from their last, to kind of add extend the story.
Right. Yeah.
We did Grin Grappler Samoa Joe thinking he may never wrestle again. He was a free agent, still under his 90-day thing. So, look for that. I mean, Samoa Joe is fucking awesome. In
Match has
terms of
been-
his work, go Adonis.
No, you go. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, in terms of work, the Eddie Kingston match recently, honestly, I think may have actually been his best effort. I like the Hangman match at Wrestle Dream, and I like the Hangman match at Full Gear. The crowd and the factors didn't help that match, but I still like the match quite a bit.
Yeah.
He was in Anarchy in the Arena, but for the most part, he just kind of floated about as Samoa Joe, didn't he? And that clearly, invariably, is enough. It's Samoa Joe. So yeah.
One of
Adonis,
the
what
best
you gonna
moments of
say?
the year, Willow pulling Joe out of the ambulance.
Excellent point. A great grin along moment too.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's just Matt made the point. It's like, dude, Samoa Joe was doing just trio stuff all year, and they decided, hey, we need somebody for Hangman. Samoa Joe. He has been the most consistent presence for 2 decades. You need somebody to challenge for the world title, Samoa Joe. You need someone to win the world title, Samoa Joe. You need someone to cut a promo on TV that's a minute long to sell you a match, Samoa Joe. It's Samoa Joe.
Always and forever. We shall cherish him while he is active. Our biggest climber yet. Up next, boys. This is actually a fucking awesome one. This popped me huge. especially with how her promotions fared.
Oh,
Let's go.
Completely missed out last year. Appeared on 27%
Holy
of
fuck.
ballots.
Holy shit.
A 2 seed on 2 of those. I just thought this was really awesome for someone that's like, she's been used consistently, but she hasn't been like the centerpiece necessarily. It shows you that even with an audience that clearly is less in on WWE than they were a year ago, people just went, she's just awesome, dude. She hits hard, she's physical, she wrestles with energy, enthusiasm. Really cool, I thought this. Adonis, I want to say she was on your ballot.
Oh, dude, yeah, she 100%. She was close to my top 5, dude. She is like one of the more like underrated in terms of like her trajectory. Because if you would have told me a year ago that she'd be like one of the best TV wrestlers in the company, I'd be like, okay, I can see that, but never to this level, dude. Like, for starters, she started off the year with the awesome pair of Dakota Kai matches, which feel kind of lost because they were really short, but they were both awesome. I thought she had a really nice TV match with Ivy Nile that like nobody remembers happened, and then like
good match.
She has the steady stuff, obviously, with Becky that we talked about, the triple threat at Evolution that includes Bayley, that's awesome, and then obviously the stuff with the aforementioned Bayley, the tag stuff has been, I mean, that Charlexa tag was fucking unreal, dude, and like it's just really cool to see somebody from NXT who like she was a consistent presence on NXT. She won the title and she was doing the stuff with Tatum, but like she is actually like one of the most reliable workers, honestly, to me in America. If you need somebody to go out there on TV 10, 12 minutes and have you a fucking really great match, Lyra's going to do that. She's the Kale pointed out the 2 out of 3 falls match with Bayley.
That was probably the best WWE TV match I saw this year, personally.
That
it was sensational.
I don't even hate that. That match is fucking. That was after Evolution, right? They did that.
I think it was literally the TV after. I think.
Yeah. She had a really good match. She had a couple. The last singles match that she just had with Roxanne, I thought was like their best outing by far. The last one they just did. Oh, that match was really, really good. So it's just really cool because I mean, she had a little bit of dip in quality in terms of her booking, kind of wavered a little bit as the year closed. And obviously, you know, the Becky SummerSlam match is what it was. But for her to take the leap that she's taken into now, where like, you know, every year around this time of the year, people start to, you know, fantasy book WrestleMania cards. And then there's always the few names that you always have as like, all right, we have to make sure they make it on Mania. She's somebody who I've seen people say, all right, what is Lyra doing at Mania? And even if the booking team doesn't see it that way, it's cool that like the general consensus is, oh, this is a woman who needs to be on WrestleMania.
Absolutely.
That's fucking awesome.
The real headline in what Adonis did there was see the confidence he said Charlexa with. Still haven't got there personally. That was bold, man. Impressive.
Real quick, I do want to point out.
Yeah.
You know what? I got reminded of the other day.
What's up?
That weird start to the year where Novi was like live tweeting NXT. What the?
I was trying.
God loves a try, mate. He's trying his best, mate.
I was.
What
Hey,
the-
man,
You had a Raw era too. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
I
I
did
did.
watch Raw. Yeah.
Yeah. You're a good kid, man.
Just for a few weeks, and then
Yeah.
I watched a couple Lyra matches
Did
that
you
I thought
gain
were
balls
really
or something?
fucking good.
Up next, and at 12, as we near the top 10, we're going to return to All Elite Wrestling for another universally
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
beloved
Hell
pro
yeah.
wrestler. Look at where he's at, guys. 12, same place, exactly same place. 23% of ballots are 1 to 1. This one is another one in the Samoa Joe category. It's like, blow. What are we supposed to say? It's fucking Mark Briscoe.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly,
He's
his
awesome.
placement last year being the same as it is this year, that kind of encapsulates
Tracks.
it, really.
Yeah,
That's damn Mark Briscoe, bro.
there are times where, as a fan of Mark, I go, he's capable of being. He can be a little bit more of a caricature of himself on TV.
Yeah.
But even then, he still fucking will go out there and tear the house down just because.
Yeah, and
he's
I
Mark
think this
Briscoe,
year
you know?
the MJF stuff was like
Yeah,
part of me like rolled my eyes a little bit when MJF brought up Jay.
Yep.
Just because, you know, Jesus. But I think honestly, Mark's promos kind of brought me back to it. Like, specifically the one he cuts on Collision before All In was like particularly just fucking awesome, dude.
That was great.
He's had
I
a
agree.
awesome year.
He has. He's done many Mark Briscoe things. He's what I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
As always.
Fletcher stuff can't go unsaid, of course.
Oh my god! Yeah, those matches
Yeah.
were terrific. Yeah,
Yeah,
that Ricochet
dude.
match we mentioned it. God, he's actually got a deeper year than I even realized.
Bro, it's fucking Mark
Because it just
Briscoe,
happens
man.
right under your nose.
Yeah,
you just
he just
you're
does
just
it,
so
man.
you're just so used to it. It's just always
Perfect
there.
point. Yeah.
Boy, is our biggest climber yet, isn't it? 11.
Oh,
Locked
shit.
in. Another one that might surprise you where they were at last time out. But in at 11,
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Cash Money.
Oh,
Cash
yeah.
God
didn't
bless.
make it last year.
Suck
dude.
a
Didn't
dick.
make it.
Oh, you guys are
28% of
pussies.
ballots. Suck a
Unranked.
dick. He had he had 2 first place. I think it's easy to forget. The heel turn was big for FTRs. Like, but like, I
Yeah,
think people
I mean,
were kind of like, oh, we had enough of FTRs baby faces, you know. So not me,
Specifically
but,
Cash, honestly, because like
Yeah.
obviously the work is going to be the work, but the personality that he's been able to show since they turned heel again is like,
Yeah.
he wasn't doing
runs.
this before. Am I wrong? Like it wasn't
No, he
this
wasn't.
No,
eccentric.
I don't think I'm talking out of turn. When I got to talk to the lads about the heel turn, you know, Cash just all he said was, "I just couldn't wait to be a heel again." And I said, "Yeah, we can tell, dude. We
Yeah.
can absolutely tell." I mean,
Bro, he's
just
fucking
has-
hilarious, dude. I didn't know he was this funny, dude. He's fucking awesome.
And he actually has increased the contrast in their characters, where I hate the word character, in their personalities, because you know he's kind of the same heel or babyface, right? He's hard nosed and aggressive,
Right.
but Cash is like a shit talker, and he's like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it adds a little flair to the whole thing. Obviously, FTR have had many strong matches this year. We'll maybe talk about more of those in a moment, but Cash Wheeler makes it in at 11, just missing out on the top 10, and to quote the our beloved Brainbuster, unranked sucker dick. was the
Yeah,
exact
bro.
word he said.
That's crazy to me.
That's an LNG moment, right?
It's an LG moment we can all agree with.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
That we're all
Now,
experiencing.
before
when
we
we're
get into the top
watching.
10, my friend
Whoa.
Kaden Lee
I'm
has some
not doing
advice.
By that.
Kaden Lee has some advice as we went to the top 10.
Yeah. Like this video, smash the like button. If you have not, suck a dick.
Hell yeah.
All right, hang on. Caden, full dead air.
As he takes a big swig of a smoothie.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm Buster, full dead air.
Adonis, what did you mean by that, brother?
Jim Ross said it on commentary. You can take it up with him on his Twitter.
What the fuck?
Just
I guess
saying,
so.
bro. Watch
I don't
the
think
shows,
I will.
bro. Watch the shows, bro.
Boys,
Yeah.
it's top 10 time.
Holy
You got to be
fuck.
smashing
Oh,
the like
fuck.
button. You got to be ready. You got to be locked in. You know what that means? We're going to top 10. We're going up a tier. You know that. You know
Up
how
a
it
tier,
works.
yeah.
In at number 10, climbing from 18,
Oh shit.
appearing on
Shane
28% of ballots.
Wow.
With a 1 seed on 2
Monet.
of those, the CEO Mercedes Monet wrestled twice in Manchester, by the way. Twice.
Beast mode.
Jesus, what it is.
Mercedes Monet has been here, there, and everywhere in 2025. Collecting
Caden's
titles
doing it.
everywhere we go. Caden's dancing. Caden, are you okay?
No.
Okay, fair.
Very blunt.
Nonetheless, she's been here, there, and everywhere. She's won many titles. And her case as wrestler of the year is one built on that kind of variety of setting, right? You've been able to see her
yeah.
do her thing in CMLL, in Rev Pro, in some independents that frankly we hadn't heard of until Mercedes Monet showed
Yeah.
up and and
Yeah,
was on
won
a
their
poster.
belt.
Yep.
She kicks off our top 10, a climb from last year, and I think that's in line with what kind of she does feel more comfortable, kind of outside of. I remember when she first left, not when she first left, when she first returned from injury after the New Japan stuff. It did feel like you were kind of like she's adjusting to this non-WWE.
For sure.
And on TV, there's still some of that, but I think when you see her at Arena Mexico, it's like she's
Yeah.
starting to feel at home. I think.
Yeah.
More
She just
and
loves
more.
being a world traveler.
It honestly feels like she feels more at home when she's not in AEW, which is
Yeah.
kind of weird.
It is a weird.
she
thing
feels more
that's happening
comfortable
there.
outside of AEW.
For some
She's meant
like,
to
I
be
feel
a
like
territory traveler.
her and Sari feel like if they just were doing the same thing, I think she'd be pretty happy with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, she's just the genuine thing with Mercedes is her passion for pro wrestling is infectious, and
Yeah.
Very obvious.
some of the shows she makes and the experience she's able to give opponents who grew up watching her or got in the business because of her. I think we're about 5 to 10 years away from fully appreciating how important that is. You know, I think
Yeah.
about some of the guys from the early 2000s that got to work with Eddie Guerrero on the Indies when he was outside of WWE. And we only fully appreciated that 10 years later when they told that experience.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see similar with the CEO, Mercedes Monet, a worthy top 10 candidate. And I think she's going to be relevant come Golden Grinny's time. She's definitely on the ballot when it comes to women's MVP, and maybe even wrestler of the year overall. So
Could be.
we will see. By the way, the vote. Did you see the votes on that? We're going to do all three. That's what we're going to do. It's going to be men's
Nice.
MVP, women's MVP, and then wrestler of the year. And the idea being
Happy to hear.
MVP allows it to be a little different, right? You can kind of play in other factors. All right. Side note: Golden Grinners will be in January, folks. So lock in. In at 9, another big climber. Last time came in at 48. The Joey Bing Bong 1 seed appeared on 31% of the ballots.
There it is.
Our beloved Dax the Axe Harwood. FTR
Someone just
turned
do
heel at Dynasty, I believe.
Yes.
And immediately was transformative for them as personalities and their presence on the show. In terms of the matches, they had a lot of... I mean, the matches with Paragon, I think we did about 18 Grin-alongs for.
Yeah.
The Outrunners match, which I think is one of the great FTR performances there. And I don't say that to slightly
Couple
Outrunners,
of
but
them.
fucking hell. I mean, yeah,
But
but that
yeah, I
first
mean,
one,
it's
that
a
TV
fucking-
one
First
like,
one was
fucking
really special.
Jesus,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
You had that, and then obviously recently, winning the belt with the Brodito match. And
Oh my god, bro.
I think for a lot of fans, I mean, clearly, because it's easy to watch this stuff and go, well, yeah, Holbert loves them, of course, but that clearly isn't how this works, right? I mean, look at some of the wrestlers I like
Yeah,
that
no.
don't make it all. And Dax was 48 and Cash wasn't on the ballot last year. So I think really what we're seeing here, fellas, the heel turn really refreshed them for our audience. They got back into
Energized them.
Yeah.
You could tell by the way they were working and the way they were doing their promos. It was a whole new material that they haven't gotten to try for many years at this point. I think when you're mentioning all the tag stuff, Dax is probably a little higher because he's the singles guy in terms of FTR. You got to think of the Daniel Garcia match. That match, very electric this year. He's just he gives it his all, man. Like you could see it fucking hurts, but he never is not at 100%. It's like going. It's awesome.
Effort, mate. It's just
Effort.
it's
That's what it is.
exactly right.
Have to mention the since we're talking about Dax singles match, the Kevin Knight match on Collision was fucking stellar. Absolutely stellar. The stuff with Adam Priest and Tommy Billington was also fucking dope.
Oh, that was tremendous. Yeah, and the thing, look, I'm as biased as can be, and that's fine. I'm more than happy to be a bootlicker in that regard. It's fine. I just think mechanically, those fellas are just magnificent. And look, that isn't important to everyone. To me, it is really important, and I just love watching those guys work. It's just a pleasure. I mean, being their second row and they have good chemistry with Austin, but Juice is I think Juice is one of their best opponents. You can just feel how much they love working Juice. Just great watching guys like that work up close. Even if it's not an epic, big, broad match of the year match, it's just fun to watch. And this was a fun little. We mentioned the Billington Priest matches. They just relished being in Philly, didn't they? Just trying to get a fight every week.
It was awesome.
Yeah, terrific stuff. So this is also true. The only wrestler returned Joey Bing Bong's brothers back. Yep, absolutely true. All right, there you go, folks. In at 9, Dax the Axe, LNG Hall of Famer. In at 8, slightly up from number 10, appearing on 35% of the ballots. Let me take Matt's wonderful comment off the screen. With 4 1 seeds among them, Konosuke Takeshita. I think there is an increasing appetite for, can we cheer Takeshita? Can we turn him babyface? Please, want to turn it. We want to see him as babyface.
Yeah.
But I still think, just on accumulation, he's just done so much good stuff this year.
I think,
and New Japan added another kind of a layer to it. Buster, go for it.
Yeah, I think he's another guy where just his baseline in terms of match quality and consistency is so wildly high that he'll always rank high in these sorts of things. I do think there's especially in the US, there's just a little bit of apathy towards his current work.
Yeah.
And a face turn hopefully next year or sometime fucking soon, please, would really re-energize that, and he could actually start mattering on TV again, hopefully.
If we're talking about him, beating Okada in February, March as a babyface, there's a trajectory where he wins this next year, let's be honest. I mean, he could win this, because clearly he'd been on 35% of ballots. Our audience fucking loves Konosuke Takeshita, and understandably so.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to take a lot to push him from a 10, 8 to 1 with a bullet, so we'll see. He's one of the most talented guys in wrestling. I mean, it's obvious.
The Goto match is awesome.
It was.
Yes.
And offensively, he's one of the best in the world. I think our number 7 may be the 1 seed in terms of what they can do in that particular domain. Last year, they were the 2 seed. appeared on 48% of ballots. 48% of ballots. With missing time too, like missing how much did the last
Half the year.
last
He
4
missed-
months of the year? Right?
Yeah.
dude.
Pretty much
Wow.
like he missed pretty much the last 5 months because even in August he only after All In I think he works one match.
Um,
Didn't you wrestle
yes.
for Forbidden Door?
He wrestled.
Yeah, he was in the
wrestled
10-man.
Forbidden Door, and that's it. He wrestled
Yeah.
after All In. So like in the last 6 months of the year, he wrestled a single match.
Yeah.
He did, and I mean, he had my match of the year with Hangman,
Mine too, yeah.
and he had some sensational stuff. I mean, we talked about it before. You guys were there in Texas, but that tag match was so important for that show.
Oh man, we needed it. We needed it.
Yeah, it was. I don't even particularly like love the match, but the energy in the building was like
Huge. Yeah.
Yeah,
was
it-
important.
much
I mean,
needed. Much needed.
I mean, that's kind of the story of Will Ospreay, isn't it? Like, whatever you think about his matches or his work or whatever, he is like the single most energetic wrestler in that. Like, it is noticeable that he's not there right now. Legitimately, like
Yeah.
these crowds fucking love Will Ospreay. When that music hits and he does his shit, it is one of the most electric atmospheres you'll ever see in America. He is like so vital to his. He might, in terms of what he provides, in terms of keeping a crowd engaged, he might be the most important wrestler stateside for any company.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. His presence is more than and here's the thing. Let's be honest. We've all done the pay-per-view Grin Long. Some of the shows have been great. They've had a strong year on pay-per-view. There is not a safer bet in wrestling in terms of rocking the house than Ospreay on the AEW pay-per-view. Like,
The Kevin
there's
Knight
going to be
match
elements of his matches you go, I don't know about that, but like, in terms of the people in attendance, he's the safest bet in wrestling, I think.
Yeah,
He
I
rocks
think
the
it's
house
like
right now.
even I, as somebody that am the kind of wrestling fan where he'll do something in a match and I go, fuck off.
Yeah.
If I'm there live, it's like I'm fucking in, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the environment that you know.
Yeah.
It's been a wild. I
That
first saw
song
him
is so
live
fucking good,
over
dude.
10 years ago. First time I saw him live. He was a lot skinnier then.
He was.
But very exciting
that's
nonetheless.
good.
I tell you, speaking of guys that physically have, this next one in the shape of his life, in at number 6, missed out last year,
Whoa. Good shit.
47% of ballots, 2-1 seeds. Kaden Lee, talk to us about John Moxley. Solo on this one. ISO, go for it.
Yeah. John Moxley had one of the most unique years in professional wrestling. Joe, you talked about it on the Holbert House show, how like at the start of the year, the way how he got heat with the Death Riders was by having shitty matches to the point where I begged for him to retire from professional wrestling
You
so
did.
that way I could still enjoy him as a wrestler and enjoy the legacy. And something happens in May. He gets out of the swerve match at Dynasty, and then he turns it on and he starts locking in and having just incredible matches. You think back to, and he has Anarchy in the Arena. He has the Hangman main event in Texas, and then he goes on just an absolute tear for the rest of the year. John Moxley, I've never seen a year like this from somebody in professional wrestling, and he deserves to be at number 6. I think it's honestly like a pretty fair spot considering that first quarter too. Like, because you gotta, it does, even though like the rest of the year was so incredible, that does play a little bit of a factor.
Mhm.
But man, it's insane how good he got after being just dog shit.
Let's be honest, Caden. Looking at these results, if he's even middling January through April, he's winning this by far.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, pretty easily.
Because
Yeah, bro.
That's the thing. The Coke Pape match and the Swerve Pape match were such misses for a guy of his caliber, I thought.
Terrible.
The Coke match,
also
I was
the
more
week-to-week stuff.
sympathetic because the crowd was like, fuck, you know.
They're tired.
But the Swerve match, I actually thought was like genuinely really disappointing.
Horrible.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean Moxley, he's honestly quite astounding, and he's a guy who I have times where I'm not particularly into him, but I always end up just going, I can't help but kind of admire it. It's just the way he goes about his business, you know.
I think the best way for me to put his year is, I think honestly on my ballot it could be different, but in this current moment, I think I have him higher than I do Hangman on the year.
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
I
Just
have
like
to
Saying
hire
that like to start
Yeah.
the year is like
it's insane.
Bro.
I would have said you deserve to be
It was
shot.
hog tying Ricky Morton and shit.
And I-
You're like, there's no way.
This isn't fair to say he's carrying it because there's a lot of guys having good match. To me personally, though, he's the heart of the C2 without even.
Right now, currently, yeah, dude. The
Yeah,
promo he
yeah,
cut
yeah.
yesterday was so fucking cool.
That Claudio match was fucking awesome,
It
dude.
was.
That match was fucking sick.
Jason said, "It's one of those situations where you invent an award just to give a guy,
We should put him in comeback wrestler of the year.
mid-year comeback
He
of
has
the year."
to be.
Yeah.
He has to become
Bro,
wrestler of the
Bro,
year.
no, but
Turnaround
it's
of the
like
year.
it's imagine thinking that he'd be number 6 with the start of the year he
Oh, that's
had, dude,
insane.
and then like, it's fucking unbelievable.
Oh,
Joe, we
it's
got
now time. Yes, Kaden.
Joe, I think we do need to add a golden grinny that is the John Moxley turnaround of the year.
The John Moxley Award is something I will consider. We
Yeah.
should pencil in and it starts next year is what we should do, right?
Yes.
The John Moxley Award. And then there's no candidates, we scrap it immediately. Like true beast. All right, folks, it's time for the top 5. It means we're at go up a tier. If you haven't, please like the video. This has been a wonderful time. We need to thank Rice again for the graphics.
Yeah, he's
Rice
Photographers
is
listed below
my
to
goat,
take
Rice,
some of these
man.
shots. Adds so much to the show. Let's get rolling here. In at 5, another hefty climb here, up all the way from 21. Appeared on 47% of the ballots.
Yeah. All right.
With, my
Kyle
goodness,
Fletcher.
3 2-seed votes. Novi, a triumphant reaction. Kyle Fletcher's a guy who I think in 2025 made a case that he's the best guy in the business right now. I'm not saying I would argue that. I'm saying if I had to, I reckon I could. I
Yeah.
reckon I could make that case. That was what I think his takeaway was this year. Novi, you seem happy with number 5.
Yeah, I've made that case a couple times this year because I think he is the best in the world. To see him even elevate further than 24, or it's just like, wow. He really became like a guy you could see holding the like world title at any given moment. He improved on his promos. I think his connection with the AEW audience is getting even stronger every time he steps out, every time he goes to work. It's just I'm blown away by how good he's gotten. I think he's a guy you can genuinely build a promotion around at any given moment. I think we're all just waiting for the moment when they're going to give him the ball and when he's going to start running.
I agree. He feels like a guy who's going to be world champion any minute now, right? And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that may not actually be how it turns out, but it feels that way, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think he's got like he's so good that it just feels like there's gonna be a moment where the crowd finally like fully connects with him and they'll start cheering him and it'll turn
Yeah.
into like a anti-hero kind of thing. I will say I think I would have ranked him higher if he didn't wear pink and red gear so fucking often. You know what I mean?
Come on, man.
Good God, man.
That was a big controversy on this platform.
Looks like shit.
Yeah, you feel very strongly about it, but a worthy top 5. Sorry, folks, I'm booking matters here on this very platform. A worthy top 5, and someone we mentioned the Briscoe stuff. Obviously, takes two a tango and then some. In his case, he was
Right.
outstanding. In those
Yeah.
matches.
Yeah.
Fellas, I can feel the tension. Right? Can you feel the chat's anxiety?
Yeah.
You can
The
cut
excitement.
it with a knife.
This
You
could get
can.
scary depending on who this is.
You can. You really can. In at number 4.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Shit.
Yup.
Hell yeah.
God, that-
34th last year. That's kind of a big. That's major
Wow.
thing.
30
that's
spots.
crazy, bro.
Appeared on 43% of ballots. 1 seat on 4 of those. I think slightly dipped at the end of the year, probably in people's minds.
Yeah, yeah.
I just think she was just so integral to the show, to the division. She became the face of the division. She became, at time, honestly, in some regards, the face of the company in
Yeah.
certain
Like-
promotional elements, right?
At the beginning of the year, she absolutely was.
I was gonna say that portion to start the year where it was like, honestly, the consensus. At least, I mean, I could be wrong. I'm talking from my perspective, and I guess our community. It kind of felt like everyone was like, "Really, we're going back to the Mariah thing again?" Okay,
Yeah.
I guess. But then by the end of that, it was like, "Fuck yeah!" And then her reign just continued to like justify itself from that point on. You know?
Yes, absolutely. And, I think one of the things she did that's probably gone a little bit under the radar, because the Hollywood ending is a match of the year candidate.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
her performance with Megan Bain was really impressive.
Yes.
And I actually think because we remember Texas as the Hangman title win, Katrina Alex was at that show, and he's of the belief Mercedes and Tony was one of the best matches of the entire year. He adored that match. And
Awesome.
I think it probably is a victim of, you remember it as the Moxley Hangman show, right?
Yeah.
And
I
they had a more conventional match, and it was a great one. Caden, go for it.
it just popped me that you said contrarian. You went to the contrarian Alex was at that show when you were on the panel with 3 people who also were at that show.
No, but
Well, yeah.
what I
But
meant
we don't
was
talk about the match.
he loved that match. You guys never talk about it.
That's the point.
You kind of buried yourself there, Caden. I've already referenced the guys are in Texas.
That's fair.
Remember a minute ago when we did Osprey, and I
You
said,
didn't mention
no,
me.
because Osprey, I said, we've talked about you were at the show, and it, do you remember? The tag match changed.
You're right.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it. Just overshadowing Tony's great number 4. Seriously, that's fucking awesome, right?
Yeah,
34th. Into
She's in
number
that
4.
Osprey category of like she's that important to the shows. Like you notice when she's not around.
Yes, I would agree with that completely. As we trend towards the top 3 here, my friend Novi has some advice for you while I handle this business.
There's only one thing you could do. We're about to jump up a tier again. I think you have to leave a like on the stream
Have to.
right now.
Yeah.
There's just no other way around it. You got to smash it. You got to drop it and leave it there.
What should they do if they haven't?
Die.
Okay.
Just suck a fat. No, I was kidding.
Don't
I
Don't
Suck
apologize
a fart
for
out of
being-
his ass.
I apologize for being unprofessional, folks. We have so much stuff to record this week, and we're just getting our ducks in a row here. So I do apologize. Thank you, fellas, for holding it down.
No worries, man.
So
Here we go.
in at number 3, God, it doesn't get. This is just electric.
The anxiety.
Here we go. In at number 3. Oh my, the 1 seed for her promotion. Last year was in at 5. That's some consistency, isn't it?
Yeah.
Appeared on nearly 49% of ballots.
Jesus
Ballot,
Christ.
ballot. 10 1 seed votes.
Yeah.
Io Sky in at 3. In a year where WWE seems to have really frustrated a lot of fans and like just, oh man, it could be so much better. Io Sky, even though there's been elements of that with even her presentation, people are going, oh, fuck, what about this, that, and the third?
Yeah.
Even still, Io Sky is like a wrestler everyone agrees on, where it's just like, it's Io Sky, isn't it? I mean, she's
undeniable,
sensational.
really,
I
right?
mean, yeah, bro. It's
Sensational.
just fucking.
I think it's like if you even like if you don't get Io Sky, genuinely, I don't know if you'd like wrestling. Not even that you don't even have to like Io Sky, but if you don't get it,
She's
you're
electric.
you're being obtuse for like no reason, really.
And she's, big matches this year too. She had a chance to have real big matches, right, Adonis? So
Yeah, she's the best. She's the best big match wrestler in the company. She like every time she was put in that like obviously we talked about the Mania 3-way. We talked about Rhea at Evolution, but even like the show sucks. But I thought the Stephanie match at WrestlePalooza is like really, really strong, and I think Io's performance specifically is really, really strong. Her TV output has been fucking awesome. She's had matches with Kairi Sane and Roxanne on TV that have been awesome. She's a fucking great tag wrestler. She's genuinely one of the most over people in the entire promotion. Like she gets genuine reactions when she goes out there. She's built that connection, and like to think that there was a period where she was the world champion and didn't wrestle for 2 fucking months and she's still top 3 is like, I mean, I think that just speaks volumes. And like there is a world genuinely like where if she doesn't miss those 2 months and she gets more matches under her belt, she could have legitimately been number 1. And there's a case where next year, depending on how things turn out, she could also be number 1 or stay this high next year too. Like she's fucking awesome. It's Io Sky. Like
I agree, folks. We're heading into the top 2 here. This is big business. We just hit 100 Grinners. It immediately dropped before I said that I waited. But like the video, have you haven't already?
It's because you thought it, Joe.
You gotta stop thinking.
It's been a great house tonight. Thursday Grin, brothers.
Yeah.
Hold on. Into the top 2, and at number 2, last year's number 4, appearing on an impressive 55% of the ballots with 7 1 seed votes. Cowboy shit here in at 2. Hangman Adam Page. Someone who has been a favorite of the Grinners for many, many years now, since the start of this platform. LNG started in August 2021. So by that point, we were waiting for Hangman to win the belt. And it's been an adventure, right? It's been a roller coaster. At times, he's dropped considerably in terms of his usage, but he's never dropped, I think, in terms of the fans' response. So, I mean, I'm not surprised to see him this high. I think his year having a little bit of a dip makes people probably underestimate how good his year actually was. He had a superb year in the ring. He's stuff in the OM we mentioned earlier, the Texas match. I mean, Novi, this is fair, right? It's
very fair. I mean, we looked at the start of this year and we were looking down the barrel of a Death Riders run that just wasn't working. And the fans were really disheartened. They weren't behind AEW as a promotion. And who better to reignite that flame for them and to, just burn a fire under not just like the company, but the fan base to really choose a guy and be there for him in Texas and celebrate the win. It's just special stuff. And I don't know, like, I think if you do that moment with Will, I think it's also very special. But there's just something unique
It's different
about Hangman being the guy to do it in Texas, in front of that crowd, in that match. It's just he's had a special year. I think that moment's going to be remembered for ever, easily.
Yeah, I think
agree.
like what like truly embodies the like Hangman's career, I guess, is the moment directly after he beats Will, and all of us are realizing like
He's going to do it.
did plans change?
that
Yeah.
was a
Like,
great
holy
night for
fuck.
him, bro.
Dude,
I
that
do
reaction
love
when he
that,
did too.
Yeah, I do love that. Out of respect for LNG and out of respect for the big baby Waldo reward, he still didn't fucking get it done. He's number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Have to mention the Christopher Daniels match at the start of the year. I love that match.
Yeah,
Always got to take a chance to bring
Great
it
remember
up.
the
match.
Angels wings he hit on fucking MJF? and he
Bro,
just
that
killed
was
him?
terrifying.
Bro, he
I was
fucking
really
killed,
worried.
bro.
I was
He
really
killed
worried.
them.
I was really worried,
Should
man.
still be his finisher.
I agree.
Yeah.
His finisher.
All right, fellas.
Wow.
I think some people have got ahead of this in our chat. I
Yeah.
have to announce this was not particularly close.
Oh,
This year-
that's-
Yup.
LNG
awesome.
50. Get
There
ready
it
for this,
is.
boys. Obviously wasn't ranked
Holy
last
shit.
year.
How many?
Appeared on
Unranked.
80%.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
80% of the ballots.
19.
Guys, I'll be honest with you. You know, I have to clue, obviously, our beloved Rice in on the graphics. And I was like, we were like 20 ballots and I went, mate, Bandito's winning it. You can start working on this. He was on everyone's ballot, that first 20. He'd won it by a mile. It wasn't even close.
I mean,
I don't think any of us have any complaints either. It's fucking
No,
great. He was,
bro.
he was
no,
there
what,
for me.
what are we
Incredible
supposed to,
year.
what
Right
are we
there for
supposed
me.
to say?
Yeah.
Wildly consistent. Like we say that a lot, but like
Yeah.
Check the matches.
more so than literally anybody this year. It's fucking
And
Bandito,
variety,
man.
too.
Yes.
The variety of matches. with the
CMLL
Bandito
on
tags,
TV.
with these sort of electrifying moves matches, but with also some of the more emotion he can bring out,
Yeah.
guys, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Amazing.
He had a TV match with Brian Keith early in the year that like nobody even remembers happened
Yeah.
on Collision.
Yeah.
That was
Peter.
fucking awesome, dude.
He's just superb. I mean, I think he is someone who should be one of the key players in AEW's future.
Mm-hmm.
And in a year's time, it's going to be really interesting to compare where he stands because he should be, right there again, Novi.
You think of a guy I mentioned earlier, like we're all just kind of waiting for when it's going to happen with Fletcher. Now everyone's kind of waiting. When is it going to be Bandito?
Yeah.
Because he's right there.
Yeah.
And as we've stressed, this list is obviously reflective of our small base here. Clearly, this year was a much more AEW-centric year than last year.
Mhm. Thank God.
I think, even the most ardent WWE viewer would be the first to concede. And they, I think we've seen this. Obviously, the response to the triple pull has been evidence this. I think people have just been frustrated. I think it hurt a lot of the WWE wrestlers' case. I think that makes Io Sky's placement as, I believe, unless I'm mistaken,
Number
the
3.
only top 10
Holy
WWE
fuck.
wrestler.
Wow.
And then Lyra at 13, maybe the most impressive of the entire bunch.
That's awesome.
We
But
respect craps.
Bandito, guys, look, when we do the Golden Grinnies, you guys are going to vote, but we've been consistent on this for a few months now. I think we're all pretty bullish on, he just feels
He's the guy.
He's
he's
undeniable.
insurmountable right now.
He's
Yeah.
undeniable.
I think with all the other like Wrestler of the Year campaigns, there's something to say against it.
Yep.
I can't think of one thing to
No,
say against
and
his run.
I think I don't say this often, but I think there's a handful of wrestlers that if they don't get a run with the world title in AEW at some point within the next 5 years, it's like a genuine booking blunder.
He's one of them.
He's
yeah,
one.
he's got to win
Yeah.
it, dude.
He has to, dude.
And he was injured too. That's the thing that people don't even. He was out for so long, and to come back and be this consistent, honestly for comeback rest of the year, he's got to have a strong contention. I mean, he literally
Absolutely,
is
Yeah.
it's unbelievable what he's done.
So, a couple notes here, and then we're going to take it home. Folks, so here's the deal. Roman Reigns missed out again. He missed out last year. He missed out again. It was 59th, though, that was up. So, shout out Big Rome. Drew McIntyre was 13th last year. He did not get a single vote this year. Not one vote.
Yeah.
Loser.
Not a
Yeah,
single
you're
ballot.
It's been ass. Fuck.
Bryan Danielson, obviously, this isn't
Yeah.
indication, but he won it last year, and obviously, didn't wrestle, so he's off.
Did anybody give him a vote?
Hey, no, here we go. Cody Rhodes was 11th. He didn't get. He didn't get a single vote this year. Not a single.
Yeah.
Not one vote was crazy. I'm sorry,
Get
bro. That's
fucked,
nuts.
Hyrule Husky.
Get fucked.
That's
And
crazy.
unfortunately, I will have to find this. I will have to find this funny. I'm afraid. The 2024 free seed Swerve Strickland came in at 77th this year.
Yes, we don't give a fuck about the bro. We don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck. Fucking big pressure.
He came in at
Man, that song.
77, which I have to admit I laughed, and it is what it is. There's something funny about it. It is what it is. It is what it is.
That is so funny, dude.
These things happen, folks, and nonetheless, what a great time. This was awesome, fellas. We had a wonderful time. We're going to do some plugs and get on out of here. Before we do, Darren Wilkerson at Super Chat, he said, any wrestlers not in the top 50 you think will be next year? Kendall Grazwell, I see becoming an LNG fave in 2026. She's awesome. Yeah, I never know how locked in our audiences on NXT, but
Yeah.
it seems like that's the word with Kendall. I'm trying to think beyond that if there's anyone who...
Adam Priest.
Maybe.
If
Maybe
Bianca
not.
Belair comes back,
Who knows?
I think she's
Bianca's
somebody
a
that
good
you can
one.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
next
Bianca's
year,
a good one.
if Leon Slater's not in it, then that's fucking wild.
Kind of surprising it wasn't this year.
Yeah, I'll be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. I know where Leon came in. Yeah.
Maybe like
Um,
Frankie Kazarian or something.
There's some call ups. Like I look at someone like Jordan or who else we talking about earlier that could be called up. Fuck, I forgot.
Boba
You know, we're talking
Fett,
about Javon and Obi who could climb, but like I look at the
Yeah.
women's division. And there's some names that they got called up. People
Soul
would see
Ruka,
more of
maybe
them.
depending on.
Yeah, Soul,
Mhm.
Tatum. Like, a lot of the NXT women seem to have a lot of potential. So they're the ones that come to mind. Thank you, Darren. Our friend Lord Lambers, remember 15 months, and says, quote, Caden, Blake Monroe was robbed. Caden, she was not on your ballot. What do you have to say for yourself?
I didn't make a ballot.
Excellent response. Lambo, we appreciate you. She was in, where did she actually, I'll actually find this. While I do, Buster, do you have any plugs?
Yeah, on Sunday, Khalid night, we'll be doing Pure Time Capsule. We'll be covering Tana's rivals. It was an idea that Khalid had, where we'll be covering the wrestlers that we're going to talk about that wrestled Tana in Cage Match Chronicles, but we're going to be covering other matches of theirs, and Khalid's just going to talk about their significance to Tana's career and stuff like
Let's fucking go. I'm going to try and make that. I'm going to try my absolute best. Blake Monroe was 56, so I was literally one spot shy
Wow.
of the honorable mentions.
Wow.
Oh.
Novi, any plugs?
Yeah, I might be on that Sunday show, but this will definitely be the last publicly available, not behind paywall show that I'm on.
Yeah.
I'll have
Available.
publicly available is very
Publicly
funny.
available.
I'll have a video out before I leave to California next week on the movie channel, youtube.com/@itsnoviak. There'll be another video then. I'll have some stuff from LA as well. So it'll be a very fun time. There's some cool ideas heading into the new year. We're gonna announce that here pretty soon. So lock in on the new movie channel. It's a good time.
I love it. Tremendous stuff. Caden Lee, any plugs, boss?
Collision is on at 2:30 p.m. Eastern
Yes.
on Saturday. I will be there. I think I'm going to try to put together something because nobody else is
2:30 p.m.
available.
Eastern.
Yeah.
So we're
If you
gonna
do, bro, if you do a solo, all the money goes to you, remember?
Exactly. I'm debating it.
Because I say this, I have so much love for our Colliders Unite tier, and we're about to announce something more for our paywall, like a bonus thing, isn't going to change the price. But I can't watch that show again. I sat through it, and it was 6 hours deep, and I can't watch it. I'm sorry, folks. I watched it in the second round. I'm not watching it on the telly at fucking 8:30 my time. I have mine at 7:30 my time, so I can't do that. I apologize, but Caden Lee will have you covered. There's good stuff on the show, to be clear. It's just I just saw it live.
Yeah.
It's brutal. So yeah, Caden Lee has you covered. Adonis, any plugs?
Yeah, I ranked all 113 John Cena World Title matches exactly a week ago. I don't know who'll care because he retired 5 days ago, but the video is doing really well, which makes me happy. In the spirit of stealing Novi's thunder, this is also my last show of the year because I'm going on vacation for my sister's birthday. I have been on entirely too many shows for a rookie. So thank you everybody for inviting me on. That's all.
It was a pleasure.
It should
yes,
be
no.
mentioned on top of that. The new video is on the LNG Productions channel, which is 8 subscribers away from 1,000.
Yeah, man.
So
Yes.
please
Let's run that up.
subscribe over there.
There should be a link
1,000
below.
before the new year.
There should be a link below. There's a link on the channel
Yeah.
page. Subscribe
And-
now if you haven't. There's going to be some cool stuff next year.
In 2 minutes, I'm going to record with the Good Brothers for Holidays with the Hoots. So you have that to look forward to on Christmas Eve too. So,
Yep.
this was wonderful. This has actually been a really cool. I think this works way better than the Fleet 50, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
And it's a really cool kind of reflection just of the community. It's nothing more than that, right? It's not
Yeah.
supposed to be anymore, but it's a cool thing.
We're just
nonetheless.
celebrating wrestlers.
We're celebrating pro wrestlers and the years they had. We hope you enjoyed it. Please smash the like and all that good stuff. Tomorrow, 6th season, the great Rob Naylor with NXT's December 2015. Then we're going to do the Paul Joshua thing on the paywall. Kaden, as you covered on Saturday. We're winding down here for the year, but we still have some heavy hitters ahead. Next week's flagship will be on Saturday, the 27th. It'll be a World's End Grin along. So stay tuned for that. Everyone have a great night. Please leave a comment if you can. Tell us who you had as your one seed, or tell us, what your favorite part of the list was, which one popped you, whatever it may be. Do your thing. Help us out in the comments. That's something I've got to get better at. But have a great night. Keep grinning. All hail. Enjoy this outro. And thanks again to Rice Man for, let's be honest, kind of making the show.
Yep.
Goodbye, folks.
Yeah.